All right, y'all. Welcome to the Real Deal Live. We are going into Miss Fulton County DA Fani Willis. It's Trump prosecution. Is she ineligible hearing? Okay. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in, real deal, so we can watch the trial together, okay? Oh, I got something. All right.
So just a small matter of housekeeping. Miss Merchant.
Why they turn the mic down?
Let's start there. Mr. Fani. Okay, Miss Merchant.
Why they put it on his head? Oh my God. I'm trying to put it on the close catcher, y'all. How y'all doing, real deal? Y'all come on in. Come on in, real deal. Come on. So we can watch this live together now. Y'all come on in. Come on in with Miss Pretty Hair. Come on in. Pretty Hair. Y'all come on in. Let's watch the trial together, okay? Y'all come on in. As you come in, real deal, y'all smash that like button, okay? We gonna get to the trial today with Miss Fanny Winnie, okay? Willis. Mm-hmm. What you say? Turn that thing up, man. Hold on,
So
y'all.
I think at this point we just need to take these issues one at a time. And as you've joined the motion, I think defense counsel would have
Y'all come on in.
the opportunity to weigh in. But if, again, if at any point, if
That's so
I'm
pretty.
just hearing the same thing over and over again from each separate defense counsel, I'm going to reserve the right to say thank you. I appreciate that. All right. I only asked for the opportunity.
Them Trump folks. Why we can't hear him? All right, y'all. Let me see. Can I put it on another channel? Because they not letting us hear what this man said.
Back to you, though,
They blocked
the
him.
state this morning is that essentially, as I would summarize it, the good faith basis that you did put forward on Monday did not exist, right? So why wouldn't we start with Mr. Bradley and see where we go from there?
The good faith basis does exist. So you basically have them saying it's not true and me saying it's not true. So both they think they have good faith basis. I think I have good faith basis. I have a huge good faith basis for everything that I put in every single motion. That's going to come out. On Mr. Bradley first is from hearsay objections, quite frankly. Normally we don't have to disclose how we're going to present evidence. I'm okay doing that here, but based on the rules of evidence, hearsay, and privilege issues, what makes the most sense, and we just spent a lot of time.
You're not the judge.
The most sense is for us to have Ms. Geary testify, and if you want me to proffer what I anticipate she's going to say, I talked to her last night. She's going to say that there was a personal relationship that began in October of 2019.
So what?
And she has personal direct knowledge of that. It's not hearsay and it's not privilege. She's going to take the stand. She's terrified, but she's going to take the stand and tell the truth. And then I plan on calling Mr. Wade, because at that point I can overcome their motion to quash and bring Mr. Wade, bring him to come. Then
He can date anybody he want to date.
I can have Mr. Bradley testify. You don't have to have an objection.
I'm sick of her.
An objection to hearsay, an objection to privilege. So that's how I plan on presenting the evidence.
Well, it's okay.
I think I'll be able to overcome any privilege objections. We can talk about that when Mr. Wade.
She worrying about that man liking somebody else. Sit down. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry.
Last words on starting with Ms. Fury.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Taking it a witness at a time.
I'm sorry, real deal. I get so these women get on my nerves sometimes. I mean, she that fussing about nothing.
Only based on Mr. Bradley. In fact, I remember the court saying that our witness presented or provided by the defense is Mr. Bradley. You asked a specific question, Ms. Merchant. Well, Mr. Bradley, does he have firsthand knowledge from these people, each one of them you named, the lawyers plus the investigators?
That's right.
Claims that were made, and her answer was yes. I can definitively tell you the answer is no. And Ms. Merchant has not spoken to Mr. Bradley, according to his counsel, PC Chopra, who is outside and he represents the court the things that I represented. And he has maintained and represented that everything that she plans to go into or ask is protected by attorney-client privilege. The only point of this process and this procedure, as it relates to the motions that were filed, is to create a spectacle and to create harassment to the district attorney of Fulton County. And we request that the only hearing we move forward is the sanctions for counsel's lack of duty of candor to the court and to counsel.
All right. Well, I think you certainly put her on notice if that is actually the case. But at this point, I have someone saying yes and I have another person saying no. And so I think that conflict in the evidence that we noted on Monday still exists, and that's where we are. And we'll see how the evidence presents itself. So with that, Ms. Merchant, are you ready to call your first witness?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Uh-oh, y'all.
Call Ms. Geary, and I know Mr. Partridge is on the board, and I think we can keep up about Zoom, so I don't know if it's on Zoom or if it's sitting here at 9:30. Maybe on Zoom, I'm not really sure.
Ms. Partridge, Mr. Partridge was joining us by Zoom, but Ms. Fury is here in person, right?
Mr. Partridge, I believe, represented that his client would be more comfortable if he were here in person, and that, due to his conflict in Richmond County this morning, couldn't occur until this afternoon. I think that is a reasonable request, but not the state's business. The witness is here, and if her attorney is able to join right now, perhaps that can be something that is addressed with Mr. Partridge in the court. But I want to alert the court that was the representation.
latest I'd seen, though, that was that Mr. Parcher was going to be able to join by Zoom.
Great. I didn't know he had that Mr. Partridge had affirmed that perhaps that was an email this morning.
Y'all come on in, Real Deal, and watch the live with me. Come on in. Let's watch Miss Fani Willis. Miss Fani Willis is the woman that is the DA that got Young Thug inside the courtroom for something he ain't did. But she left one of the Young Thug YSL co-founder out because she was with him allegedly. But this is the trial of the DA and Trump prosecutor. Y'all come on in. Come on. I need a mod in here. Need a mod in here. I know y'all don't want to watch it, but this is a good case. See, this trial here will help me with Young Thug situation, y'all. This will help me with Young Thug situation, you know. It really would. I guess y'all say, how would it? But it will. Oh, I like my eyelashes. So what we're waiting right now is for everybody in there on their cell phone. You don't even supposed to be on your cell phone in the courtroom. Oh, they got my girl in there. Look, y'all. They got my girl right here. Look.
Right, so just for everyone's information, we did convey the Zoom link to Mr. Partridge this
They got my
morning.
girl in the
I
courtroom.
think the last exchange we'd had is that he can join us by Zoom, and apparently he's elected not to do so. So I don't really know what else we can do with that. He was noticed at the hearing. We provided him a link, and we haven't heard from him.
Y'all come on in, Real Deal, and watch the trial with me. It's the hearing, I'm sorry.
Forward, we have business documents that were certified and filed yesterday evening. Filed this morning, emailed to Fulton yesterday evening. We wanted to make sure that this was part of the record before testimony was taken.
All right, and so in your mind, this satisfies Fulton County's subpoena in this case? Okay, if you could hand that to Ms. Merchant, and we'll take it from there.
And I don't know all I have an original for the court.
Ms. Monroe, if you could just provide it to Ms. Merchant, and if you could just stay on call, we'll let you know if we need you again, okay? All right. We're bringing in Ms. Yurdy?
Oh, come on. Right now, you all are watching the trial. Look at my girl in the courtroom. What her name, y'all? These some important people right here. Right here.
I'm sorry, I thought the state said that the security was outside. So, they don't have to. She's under subpoena to be heard at 9:30.
Where is the witness? Yeah, y'all, they got my girl in the courtroom. Oh, they got the judge in there, y'all. Look. They got my judge in here. They got the important people in the courtroom, y'all. You got your judge. You know who that Judge Hatchett? Oh. You got the mayor, ex-mayor in here. And then you got, I don't know her name, but hey, we got some important people out here, y'all, in this trial. Yes, sir. If you just coming in, please smash that like button. You know, I'm going to bring it real to you. That's all I do over here is bring it real to you, honey. Yes, I do. Maybe country, but I'm bringing it real to you. Y'all come on in, y'all. Support a sister. Smash that like button on all international. Yeah. Y'all come on in. Come on in. I'm gonna be hot these last 2 days. Last two Friday, I don't have to work until I be in here early, all the way up. All I'm gonna be live all day long. All right, y'all. So right now you're looking at Fani Willis, the DA in Atlanta, who trying to take Young Thug down, which she shouldn't, but it is what it is. You got Judge Hatchett and you got the mayor and his ex-mayor, and they know the law. They know that law. I don't care how old they are, they know the law. Ooh, y'all got some important people in that courtroom. Ooh, I know him. I don't know, forgot him. This gonna be good. She looking. Where's the witness? Y'all, let me skip this because I don't like waiting. Let's skip it. Here we go. All right. Hold on, y'all. So what we doing now? Come on, deal. Come on in. We got to support Young Thug in this kind of stuff.
And as I go through the questions, I think he has knowledge of things that is not something that Mr. Wade specifically told him. I also think there's a fraud exception to a lot of this, even if there was a privilege, but I don't think there was for most of it.
Your Honor, but he's already represented that he has no knowledge.
I don't think we've actually gotten anything to that extent yet. I think we're still making our way through it, which is, I think he's taking the position that he's not willing to share anything Mr. Wade ever told him. Period. Which that's a broader representation of attorney-client privilege than I've ever heard. And I think that's what we're trying to parse out. Is if the relationship starts, I've never heard anything that said everything before that point is privileged. Do you have something that I should know? Yes, sir. That's fine.
Judge, I understand how delicate this is. You can phrase it in 1,000 different ways to try to make him say something, but you can't unring a bell that he puts out into the universe where he has violated that privilege. Well, we need to go back 6 months from now and say, oh, we shouldn't have said that. It's not acceptable. It violates hundreds of thousands of relationships in this state that we rely on in order for the justice system to function. This is an attorney-client privilege issue. We've done all the diligence we can as far as looking up the relevant laws, relevant information. Do not have a waiver from the clients.
Why she looking at him like that?
There's no question. Why we're not barreling ahead is because I recognize the privilege. What we have to determine is actually what that privilege, the scope of it, and when it started. And I don't think we've even gotten close to that yet.
I apologize, Judge. I thought December 2018. Mr. Brandon testified correctly. That was a retainer.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, y'all?
We have a starting point.
I'm about to move the
Necessarily foreclose anything from that point on.
trial because they ain't doing that. This a hearing, y'all. This not a trial.
And I'm fine releasing her.
Okay. What we gonna do is I'm gonna take it back and now they getting crunk. Okay, here we go. Here we go, y'all.
They filed a motion to quash. I showed a good faith basis. If my good faith basis is Mr. Bradley or Miss Yeardy or texts I've seen, it's still a good faith basis. There's no law that says I have to tell them every single good faith basis I have ahead of time. If we did, we would never have trials.
All right, Ms. Merchant. Appreciate the argument of counsel. I think the standard on a motion to quash and a subpoena is not one where we're required to completely flush out and litigate every reason a witness may be relevant. And so we'll take these one at a time with Ms. Yeardy. I'll deny the motion to quash, and if you're election and to proceed in your presentation of the evidence is to call her, then that's what we'll do.
Thank you, Judge. So, Mr. Radley, you may be excused from that. Thank you, but subject to recall. We will call Ms. Yurdi.
Don't let her take over.
It's still a good faith basis. There's no law that says I have to tell them every single good faith basis I have ahead of time. To me, calling Willis and Wade.
Hold on, y'all. Here go his girlfriend. Hold on, y'all.
Or any time that they stay together, nor does Ms. Yurdi have any information as it relates to Mr. Wade staying at that condo as well with that of Ms. Willis. So, again, Judge, I'm renewing. No, we don't need to hear it again. Ms. Merchant.
Judge, luckily I don't have to tell the state or them everything that I plan on introducing a witness for in response to their motion to quash. She has a lot of personal knowledge. And when we had a motion to quash, I had to get over a good faith basis, and I presented that to the court. I did not spend 4 hours going through everything that this woman's going to testify to. She has personal knowledge.
Is she actually here?
I think she's on Zoom. What I understand, Mr. Partridge.
Mr. Partridge, is your client with us? She's on the Zoom platform, Your Honor, since I'm in Richmond County on via my conflict, but she is on the Zoom platform at this time, Your Honor, in the waiting room. I believe she may have been admitted. I see a Robin on my screen. I'm assuming that is my client. Ms. Merchant, you want to examine her by Zoom?
That's fine.
I don't know why they are giving this much out,
she
but
got
every American family
a
needs
little
to see this.
attitude. I guess that's
The
part of her
government is
being a
basically giving me
lawyer.
$1,400
No. Here we go, y'all.
All right.
We will waive
Mr.
any
Abadi.
Sixth Amendment objections to it. That's fine.
My only objection was the representation at Monday's hearing was the good faith basis was based on what
They about to put the DA
we know that is false.
sugar daddy girlfriend on stand on Zoom.
That was not in regards to Ms. Yurdi.
It certainly was. I was at like the 20-minute mark.
Judge, she has personal knowledge of this relationship.
Not what was represented on Monday. Personal knowledge came from Mr. Bradley. She has no good faith basis to explore this fishing expedition as it relates to Ms. Yurdi. This is a blatant
Mr.
process.
Ms. Merchant, I do believe that when we went through the motion to quash, you grouped them into two categories, and each one of them was going to be impeached by Mr. Bradley.
We took Ms. Yurdi outside of Fulton County, Judge. So we talked about Fulton County differently than Ms. Yurdi. So Ms. Yurdi out separately. She was different than Fulton County because there wasn't other issues. And again, so we're arguing the motion to quash. I responded to their argument on the motion to quash. Did I tell them that she's going to testify that she's known Miss Willis for years and that her middle name is Latrice?
What?
Everything she's going to testify to. I don't like. If you wanted me to, I could have.
She know Willis for years. Ooh.
It contradicts what they have said in court, and they're doing everything they can to keep her off the stand and keep the truth away from this court. They filed a motion to quash. I showed a good faith basis. If my good faith basis is Mr. Bradley or Miss Yurdi or texts I've seen, it's still a good faith basis. There's no law that says I have to tell them every single good
Man,
faith basis.
come on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get to this.
No. Maybe when we were at the end. What's the question?
Question, Ms. Yurdi, was did the district attorney ever counsel you on your poor performance in the district attorney's office prior and inform you that you were going to be fired?
Tell the truth.
I don't really know how to answer that.
I'm looking for the truth.
Thank you.
I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, the situation happened. That wasn't my fault. And I either was going to resign or be let go. So,
You understood that that was the situation. You could resign or you could be let go.
correct, yes.
You were not welcome to stay.
No.
And the conversation where you were informed that you could resign or you could be fired, that conversation was not the first conversation you had with the district attorney about your poor performance in the office, correct?
Well, it was kind of a spiral, but no.
Yeah, it was. Whatever the situation was,
Understood, Mr. Sato. Ms. Cross.
Ms. Yurdi, the circumstances of your leaving the district attorney's office ended your friendship with the district attorney Willis, correct?
Yes.
Y'all haven't spoken since.
No.
All right, I want to talk about the representations that you made here this morning, Ms. Yurdi, about any relationship between District Attorney Willis and Mr. Wade. I want you to tell me what was the first time let me ask you this way. You said that District Attorney Willis personally informed you of a romantic relationship. Is that what you testified to?
Yes.
When did that conversation that you purport to have, to recall, when did that happen?
I mean, I don't have a month or a day, but
See, that's why you can't tell everybody your business. Don't tell everybody your business. Don't tell them when you don't met somebody.
Could I keep this witness under subpoena, but that's all the questions right now.
All right, thank you, Ms. Cross.
Redirect, sorry.
All right, on those points only.
Yes, just those ones. The state asked you a lot about when you were let go, when you resigned. Did something happen as purchasing that you didn't feel comfortable with, purchasing things through the county for Miss Willis that caused you to not be comfortable working there anymore?
no.
And I didn't tell you how to testify here today, though, right?
Right.
And everything you've testified to is from your personal knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. And you've told the truth here today?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, I believe she's only under my subpoena, and I'm fine releasing her from that subpoena. Oh, I'm sorry.
By show of hands from other counsel, starting with Mr. Sato.
Your Honor, I believe the door has been opened now to ask this particular witness about statements Ms. Willis made to her. She brought it up on cross-examination on a couple of occasions. Did Ms. Willis say this or inform you of that? So I'd like to now ask her questions directly about what Ms. Willis
Witness, yeah.
romantic relationship.
I think we'll take those one at a time, question by question, and we can address those to see. I don't know about a complete opening of the door. We'll see where we go.
The first time that you spoke to Ms. Willis about her relationship, romantic relationship with Mr. Wade, do you happen to remember what Ms. Willis said? In essence, not word for word, but in essence, what she said.
No.
Yes, that's right. The $6,400.
All right, y'all. Yo, honey. Miss Willis got it going on, honey. But, honey, the witness got to talk, honey.
Whatever words were used, that there was a romantic relationship.
No.
Is this the kind of conversation that you had with your best friend, ongoing over a period of time in which it was common knowledge to you that there was an ongoing relationship between Ms. Willis and Mr. Wade?
What's the question?
I'll ask it again. Is the nature of your then relationship with Ms. Willis such that you were having these ongoing conversations, that is, best friend type conversations about her relationship with Mr. Wade?
I don't remember.
Without getting any further into too much detail, is there any doubt at all that Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis had a romantic relationship, as was told to you, prior to November of 2021?
She was already asked that question by Ms. Merchant.
I just didn't know whether that needed to be.
She said no, no doubt.
She said no.
The defense counsel by show of hands. Seeing none. Last recross from Ms. Cross. Anything else?
Not this time, Your Honor, but we've asked the witness remain under subpoena and subject to recall.
Judge, she's under my subpoena, and I'm releasing her from my subpoena. They want to subpoena her.
Ms. Cross.
I would prefer that the court keep her under subpoena. I think, given the representation of Ms. Merchant, given how she intends to proceed today, that this witness may need to be
All right, understood. In the interest and knowing that we may have to bring witnesses back and forth, I think it's in the interest of effective presentation of the evidence here. Ms. Yurdy, you are still going to remain under the auspices of your subpoena, and so please stay in touch with your attorney. We may need you to rejoin us on Zoom at some point today or tomorrow. Understood?
Okay.
All right. Don't discuss your testimony with any other potential witnesses. All right.
All right.
All right. You can log off.
Judge, I'd ask, can Mr. Partridge stay on for just 1 moment?
For what reason?
The state made some allegations that I misrepresented some things to the court, and I'd just like the opportunity to clear that up, that Mr. Partridge is the one that told me
No.
together for a month. They've called me everything but a liar today, and so I just think that it's appropriate for everyone to know where that information came from.
All right, Ms. Merchant, I think you've made your position clear. I don't think we want me to get sidetracked on that. All right, Ms. Merchant, you can call your next witness. Thank you, Mr. Partridge.
Ooh.
Ms. Crawford.
Your Honor, the motion to quash Mr. Wade's subpoenas was held in abeyance, waiting for representation. I believe that the good faith basis that this merchant represented on Monday, I think that's clearly not accurate. Understand the testimony that's now in the record. Mr. Wade is available, but we maintain that at this time the motion to quash probably should be granted, but understand the court's ruling.
Well, Ms. Cross, I'll say yes. On Monday, it did seem like the focus was that Mr. Bradley would be the hook that makes every witness potentially relevant, and we really haven't been able to explore that on the privilege issues that we'll likely have to tackle again later. But for now, the evidence in front of the court at the moment is that we have a witness who has said this relationship may have predated the affidavit that Mr. Wade filed. I don't see a way around the relevance of his testimony.
There you go.
State's motion to quash subpoena Mr. Wade. Ms. Merchant.
Whoo, child. You just joining in. You joining in with the Fani Willis ineligible Trump in Trump prosecution. They are trying to get rid of her for being in the prosecution. I don't see why. But we're going to find out, though. Y'all hang in there with me and smash that like button. Come on now. Yeah, this an informative situation. Look at Judge Hatchett, y'all. Hatchett in the house. She a good judge. There go y'all ex-mayor. Y'all come on in, take a seat, real deal. I appreciate y'all. Y'all come on in here. We done an informative case at this time. They trying to stop Fani Willis from working this case. So that's what we fighting against now. But oops. Oh, here he come. Here come Bowleg. Oh, he taking the stand. There go Fani Williams, man. There you go. Woo, look at him, honey. Fine old bald head chocolate man. Look at him, y'all. And stop out there smiling, because this thing real.
My name's Nathan Wade, N-A-T-N-W-A-D-E.
Why he smiling?
Mr. Wade.
Good morning.
Joker?
Prior to filing this motion to disqualify, you and I were friends, correct?
Yes,
And in fact, I supported you when you ran for judge in 2016.
you did.
I wore your shirts. My kids wore your shirts.
Ms. Merchant,
Signs.
your personal opinions have no relevance.
Okay.
I mean that in the best way.
That's
all right?
completely fine. I
Let's
will
get
move
to the
on.
point.
Thank you. No. Totally fine. Thank you. You filed for divorce from your wife on November 2nd, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And in that divorce proceeding, did you file?
Okay, y'all, before y'all leave, this dude right here is the dude that DA Fani Willis had the affair with, okay? So please listen to his testimony before you go anywhere, okay?
Things such as interrogatories.
I did.
Okay. And so interrogatories are where you're responding to things that basically answers that the other side is asking.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've got your complaint for divorce. I'm just going to mark it for the record as Defendant's Exhibit 2. The first interrogatories that you answered, those were December 27th, 2021. Is that right?
Thereabout.
Okay. And in those, you were asked different things, but those are sworn. You actually swear to those. You verify them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so that verification is where you're swearing under oath that everything in it is true.
Yes, ma'am.
And let's see, you were asked if you had any documents which relate to the purchase of gifts by you to any person other than the defendant with whom you have or had a romantic relationship from the date of your marriage, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you
All right, y'all. Y'all hear what we listening to? That's Fani's Willis boyfriend.
And you responded under oath that you didn't have any documents to that.
That's correct.
You again responded to an interrogatory. You updated those responses on May 30th, 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
And you actually sent those directly to opposing counsel in the divorce?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell the truth.
But in that one, you answered none again to that question, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So May 30th, 2023, you said that you didn't have any documents showing any purchase of anything, someone that you had a romantic relationship with.
I believe the interrogatory was gifts.
Okay.
Not anything. Yes.
And I have it if you want to take a look. I'm going to mark, okay, so just for the record, I've got your complaint for divorce marked as number 2. I've got the verification and the interrogatories from 2021. I'm going to mark those as 3. And then your May 30th, 2023, I'm going to mark as 4. Judge, may I approach the witness?
You're right.
Thank you.
Your Fani Willis boyfriend. Cheater.
What I marked as 3.
He ain't cheat.
Okay. Thank you, Judge. All right. If you would take a look at what I marked as 2, 3, and 4.
Her husband must have cheated on her. She mad.
I do.
And are those, that's your divorce complaint, and then your 2021 interrogatory and your 2023 interrogatory, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are they a fair and accurate representation of what is filed in that case?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd move to admit that.
And this is 2, 3, and 4.
It's 2, 3, and 4, yes.
All right. Any objection from the state?
The divorce.
Modern divorces.
No objection to 3 and 4, and subject to this person's representing that 2 is a filing of divorce. I just don't think the divorce complaint. I don't have that subject to that.
Why are we talking about his divorce?
All right. And by show of hands, any objection from other defense counsel? Seeing none, defendants 2, 3, and 4. That should be Roman Global Assault 2, 3, and 4 admitted without objection.
So that interrogatory that you filed in 2023, that's one where you said no, that you didn't have any documents relating to the purchase of gifts that you had a romantic relationship with someone, right?
Which interrogatory are we talking
Number 4, 2023.
Which number in the interrogatory?
Number 4.
So, which number interrogatory are you referring to?
It's Defendant's Exhibit number 4.
I have defense exhibit 4 here.
Uh-huh.
Which number interrogatory are we referring to?
Oh, which number out of the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Number 24, 25, 26. Oh.
The go Fani William boo thing. I think he a easy man.
It's supposed to be number. I guess they're all numbered 1, so.
All right, y'all. What y'all doing now is watching the Fani Willis boyfriend trap. No, y'all not. Y'all is watching the Fani Willis
Number 1, number
ineligible
21,
Trump prosecution
and then the
trial.
third number 1.
Y'all get my lights up, okay? This is very informative. Educational purpose and comedy and entertainment.
I don't know how to tell you what number 1 because when you responded, you put number 1 on all of them. So
Point to it.
I'm talking about this number 1 where this at. There's 2 number 1s for the top.
Okay.
And there's no page number, but it is the second page.
All right.
They're asking if you have any receipts for restaurants, hotels, bars, things
Woo!
like that.
Woo! Woo!
The first number 1.
I believe it's the second number 1.
The second number 1. Okay.
So it asks you if you have any receipts for things like restaurants, bars, hotels, things like that, where you accompanied a member of the other sex romantic partner. Correct?
Read it, baby.
It says identify any and all occasions.
Okay. And so
She's trying to trick you.
it says to identify any and all occasions where you entertained a member of the other sex, okay, who's not related to blood, and including dining, drinking, restaurants, bars, pubs, hotels, all of that. Okay. And what was your answer to that?
Tell the truth.
None.
None. Okay. So May 30th, 2023. You prepared this document,
I did.
submitted it,
I did.
and it says none as far as entertaining a member of the opposite sex.
It does.
Okay. No hotels, no bars, no restaurants.
I need a mod in the chat,
Updated
y'all.
that. Let's see. You updated it on December 22nd, 2023. And I'm going to mark that as defendant's number 5, and I have copies. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you updated it once again on January 26th, 2024, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That one. May I approach the witness again, Judge?
Is that what you're marking as Defense Exhibit 6?
Yes, Judge. I'm marking number 6 is the January 26th, 2024 interrogatory. And
Thank you so much, baby. Thank you.
And then number 5 is the December 22nd, 2023 interrogatory response.
All right. Are you tendering those at this time?
Yes, I am.
All right. Any objection from any counsel to Defense Exhibit 5 and 6?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Cross. Seeing none others.
So now that you have those, let's just talk about those for a minute. Those were verified, so sworn under oath. Okay. And one of them was December 22nd, and then of this last year, so last December, and then one was just recently submitted in January, right?
Shout out to my mod, y'all. What are you smiling for?
May 10th, 2023. Judge Thompson heard a motion to compel in your divorce case as well, correct? The media is
All right, y'all. We got the commercial. Y'all come on in and smash that like button. And I appreciate shout out to my mods. But we back at this, resume back to the trial.
And you were actually held in relevant, Judge, and if he was held in willful contempt for failing to provide answers and documents, I think that's relevant.
She get on my
Was
nerves.
that a prior false act or prior conviction or anything else allowed for impeachment under those amendments?
I'm not offering it as a prior bad act or something like that. I'm offering it towards his credibility, Judge, which you get to determine. If he's made misrepresentation.
Honey, run your court.
You're here to determine whether or not he's telling.
Don't let her run your court.
Court has held him in contempt, and that's part of the divorce proceeding. I think it's relevant.
But just contempt generally can be for many different things.
Thank you. Get on her.
To produce is not necessarily a false act, right?
Right, and he's welcome to explain that.
You may not have to. Ms. Cross.
I object to the relevance of that. That's clearly not a proper impeachment. We're going pretty far afield of it.
Don't let her win.
That don't have any direct relevance to pending before the court. So I object to the relevance of that.
All right. I'm not saying that being a proper grounds for impeachment is sustained.
Okay, let's talk about this December 22nd, 2023 verification. I tabbed it for you. Again, they asked you if you had any documentations showing proof of this relationship, proof of any relationship, correct?
I'm going to object to the phrasing of that question. I don't believe that's an accurate read of the interrogatory.
Y'all help Lil Nita get her lights up, okay?
Read it. I want to make sure I'm accurate.
Cause this informative.
This one actually has a number. I tabbed it for you, so you should be able to open right to the page. It's number 22. The question specifically is if you have any tangible evidence of any nature in your possession or control or any other person or entity which directs any person with whom you've had a sexual relationship. Tangible evidence is notes, cards, letters, photos, films, recordings, documents, tapes, video recordings, receipts, invoices, and other tangible evidence.
Man, tell the truth.
And you answered that you did not have any documents to that effect, correct?
Correct.
And that was on December 22nd, 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
You updated those records again after the motion to disqualify was filed, though, correct?
When was the motion filed?
January 8th, 2024, when I filed the motion to disqualify you and alleged that you had a romantic relationship with Miss Willis.
Yes, ma'am.
After that, you updated these responses, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so your new responses, you now changed your answer from that you didn't have any of this
Damn,
to you're asserting the privilege under 24.5.505, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And both of these are under oath.
Yes, ma'am.
You also
Tell the truth.
did your response to the question about spending time with someone other than your spouse for dinner, restaurants, bars, hotels, or the other person's home, correct? December of 2023, you said no to all that, and then in January, after I filed, and you said privilege.
Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Tell you. Anytime I'm live. Y'all, when I'm live, please do not call my phone. Please. Please.
That's what I was just about to ask him. So that privilege covers infamy or Fifth Amendment privilege, correct?
So it's a privacy privilege is what I updated my response to do. Once you filed your motion to intervene in my divorce action, I then figured that you were in talks with my former wife's divorce lawyer.
Okay.
And because of that, I asserted a privacy privilege because I didn't want the proceedings of my divorce to bleed over into the proceedings in this case, which is the case that obviously you're involved in.
So
Y'all
your
can,
answers in December of 2023 that you didn't have any document.
why y'all can't wait? I got a question to ask while I'm watching this trial. Why y'all can't wait till y'all get y'all divorced before y'all start fooling around with other women? Huh? Okay. Back to the trial.
It's about travel
Jesus.
that you took with Miss Willis. That wasn't true, though, correct?
They didn't ask me about any documents regarding Miss Willis.
A romantic partner. They asked you for documents regarding a romantic partner. So I'm sorry, I inserted Miss Willis's name. Let me rephrase the question. They asked you for documents about travel with a romantic partner in December 2023. And you under oath said you did not have any of those, correct?
I did not.
Okay.
And they asked me about gifts.
Right.
I never purchased a gift for Miss Willis.
And they asked you about receipts for dinner, receipts for drinks. hotels, bars, and restaurants, and you said you did not have any of those.
I did not and do not have any receipts for any of those things.
Okay. And part of the civil discovery, they say that even if you don't have it in your pocket, if it's within your purview, you got to get it and give it to them, correct?
Your Honor, I'm going to object again to the relevance of the questions about the scope of civil discovery. I think she's asked him about statements he made in pleadings.
He look like a man to set a woman up. Look at his head.
All right, to the extent you're trying to establish a prior mistruth, Ms. Merchant, I'll allow you to ask a few more follow-ups, but if it's not there, we have to move on.
Thank you. So in 3 December, you said you didn't have any receipts,
I do not have any receipts. I did not have any receipts.
but you did travel with Miss Willis in 2023, correct?
I did.
And you traveled with her in 2022, correct?
I did.
And you traveled with her in 2021, correct?
No.
So you only traveled with her in 2022 and 2023.
2022 and 2023 is what I recall.
That's what you recall?
Yes.
Okay. So you just don't remember if you traveled with her in 2021?
2022 and 2023 is what I recall.
Is what you recall. My question is, did you travel with her in 2021?
Yes or no? I can't. You know what? Y'all women, honey. I don't know what kind of men y'all be hooking up with, but good Jesus. He sit up here getting you in trouble, Fanny. Miss Fanny. God, he don't even know when he fool with you. Look at him. And this is what she look at them mother lips. Look at them lips.
Not recalling any travel in 2021.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not yes or no, you just don't remember?
Not recalling any travel in 2021.
So you did not travel with her in 2021. Got it.
Okay, this has been covered. Let's keep going.
Thank you.
I ain't no way in the world I'd fool around him.
In this case, correct?
I did.
Okay, and I marked that already as number 1.
Fanny is a pimp.
Number 1, ma'am, for instruction.
Right.
In that affidavit, you swore under oath, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And in that affidavit, you swore that, well, first of all, do you recognize the affidavit?
I do.
Okay. Did you sign the affidavit under oath?
I did.
And you gave this affidavit specifically to refute the allegations that I had raised.
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody forced you to sign this?
No, ma'am.
You chose to sign it?
I did.
And you signed it on purpose to admit into court to refute allegations?
I did.
You signed it specifically to prove that you were not in a relationship with Willis prior to November 2021, correct?
Correct.
And you were a lawyer when you signed it?
I was.
And you're still a lawyer today, correct?
I am.
When were you barred?
1999.
Okay. And you believe that your relationship with Miss Willis is subject to attorney-client privilege, correct?
I'm going to object to that, Your Honor. I don't think that's factually correct. I don't think that's a relevant.
He don't got on my nerve. He don't got on my nerve.
He's got an attorney who can speak for him for that, but questioning the witness is appropriate.
All right, so lots to unpack there. The question is simply that does he believe there's a relationship that exists in terms of attorney-client privilege between him and Miss Willis? Is that accurate,
Yes,
Ms.
Judge.
Merchant?
It believed his relationship with Miss Willis is subject to attorney-client privilege.
Okay, I don't yes or no would be barred.
Thank you.
Maybe I'm not understanding the question.
Because you,
If the question is, does Mr. Wade and Attorney Willis have that?
her husband must have cheated on her.
It is not.
There's no foundation for that. If the question to the witness is, does his relationship with District Attorney Willis impact his attorney-client relationship with his divorce attorneys? That I don't think is an appropriate question for that witness. First, I believe is a proper phrasing. The second, I think there's been a representation that Mr. Wade preserves and doesn't waive anything, and so I think asking him particular questions in order to potentially backdoor a waiver is inappropriate, and that's my
All right, if we're just trying to, again, assess where a privilege does or does not exist, and we're not actually getting into it, I think we can establish those, parameters. But Ms. Merchant, can you rephrase the question based on that concern, and we'll see where we are.
Yes. Do you believe, that your relationship with Miss Willis is subject to an attorney-client privilege? Not if you and Miss Willis have one, but do you believe that that relationship is subject to one?
I'm going to object to that question as it's phrased. In what context?
Come on, Judge.
With his attorneys is privileged. That I think is clear.
And that's what Fani like.
The question is that is Ms. Merchant asking
Jesus.
in the context of your communication with your attorneys? Is that or outside that context?
Right. And Ms. Merchant, I think we need to figure out what are we getting at with this.
I'm just trying to figure out if he thought that their relationship is subject to an attorney-client privilege. I mean, it's been asserted. I think it's going to be asserted, and that was all I was asking.
The actions themselves. It's more
Someone saw them. Someone had knowledge of it. Is that attorney-client privilege?
All right. Well, I guess I would find his legal opinion on this isn't relevant. We can deal with that as it comes up. So, sustained.
In 2022, in this affidavit, you swore that you and Willis developed a personal relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that didn't develop until 2022, correct?
That's correct.
And that's different from what you said in your pleading in May 2023 in the divorce case, correct?
No, ma'am.
In May 2023, when you were asked if you
Listen, y'all, hold up. How are you trying to date and get in another relationship and you ain't finished with your divorce? You can't wait until you get your divorce before you start dating. Fani Willis, use a little. Fani Willis. A man was still under a divorce. You couldn't wait. After he got his divorce, before you start dating him. Oh, Lord have mercy. Modern relationship. And this thing looking like Campbell, stop. Shoot. And this thing looking like this, and this what she want. Okay, Lanita. Whew, Jesus Christ. Ooh, Lord, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me push this back.
16 months, we've added 30 restaurants to our group. It's kind of.
I just don't understand how can you fooling around with a man and he ain't got his divorce yet. Y'all can't wait? And he's sitting up here looking like, oh, Lord have mercy. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go.
redacted. I don't agree to the relevance, but I haven't tried to temper them yet. I'm just marking them right now so that everyone can follow.
All right. And what is the eventual relevance that you were getting at here?
Well, I'm going to ask him because one of the things that we have to show in this case is personal and financial interest. So, and he's talked about how he's reimbursed for these things, and so I have a right to go into the graph of this. So let's see, 7, 8, sorry, 9.
What's the problem? What this got to do with their divorce? I'm just trying to find out what this got to do with their divorce.
As these exhibits.
Keep it real, y'all. This is about Fani Willis and the defendant. She ain't got to testify.
So,
Shout out to my mod, y'all.
I'm first going to ask you about the domestic relations financial affidavit. These are sworn. They're filed. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the most recent one that you filed was filed on January 26, 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
So a few weeks ago.
Yes, ma'am.
And in that one, you said that you made $9,500 each month, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You said that in 2022, well, in 2022, in this case alone, isn't it true you were paid $303,000, over $303,000?
I was paid?
Yes, in this case. Fulton County, by Fulton County.
I see where you're going. So,
And Judge, I just asked him to answer the question. If he wants to explain it, I've got no problem with that.
Mr. Wade, just listen to the question asked and just answer the question asked.
In 2022, isn't it true you were paid over $300,000?
no, ma'am, that is not true.
You were not paid over $300,000 by Fulton County.
No, ma'am, I was not.
Okay. How much were you paid in 2022 then?
So, what I was beginning to explain was Fulton County wrote a check to my firm.
Okay.
What happens at that point is the checks are then deposited. As you have the bank statements, you see them. And then they are dispersed between the three of us. So there was Mr. Bradley, there was Mr. Wade, and there was Christopher Campbell. The third. So when you ask me if I was paid $300,000, the answer is no. I got a third of that went to my personal firm. Now, once the money was distributed to my personal firm, obviously the expenses come out of that, and I get, at the end of the day, whatever the profit is. So I did not get $300,000. No, ma'am.
And let me just clarify. My question was not, did you put in your pocket $300,000? My question was the law firm of Nathan Wade paid over $300,000 in the year 2022?
Again, a third of that came to the law firm of Nathan Wade.
So you're saying that the law firm of Nathan Wade did not receive checks from Fulton County government over $300,000 in the year 2022?
That's a different question. A third of the $300,000 came to Nathan Wade.
He telling you.
I'm not asking what went in your pocket. I'm asking, was the law firm of Nathan Wade paid over $300,000 in 2022?
But I think we're dancing around the point there, so.
Watch him.
That's fine. I can move on, Judge. Thank you. So you said that they were dispersed amongst all of you, or put into an account with all of you. So it's your testimony that for 2022, every check you received from Fulton County government went into an operating account with you, Bradley, and Campbell.
No. That's not what I testified to.
He didn't say that.
So the Wade, Bradley, and Campbell firm established an account. We decided to purchase a building in 2022. At that point, every piece of income that came into the entity went into that account.
Okay.
And then, after expenses were paid, it was split a third. Right? Once that was dissolved, then the funds would go into a different account.
Okay.
My account, one of my accounts. And then I would disperse the funds between now Attorney Campbell and myself. One half.
Okay.
Okay.
Make sense?
It does. Let me be more direct then. So the Synovus operating account that you had for Wade, Bradley, and Campbell,
Yes, ma'am.
the checks from Fulton County from January of 2022 until June 17th, 2022, those checks were deposited in that operating account.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Starting on July 15th, 2022, the checks you received from Fulton County up until May 26th, 2022, all went to an escrow account that you had at Fifth Third Bank, correct?
No, not all of them.
Not all of them?
Some of them, yes.
So it's your testimony that some of your checks from July 15th, 2022 up until May 26th, 2023 Some of them went into an account outside of Fifth Third Bank.
But I'm object to the relevance of the financial transactions.
She's trying to confuse you. You're a lawyer, you know.
The personal financial business and where the money was, and I mean, it's just a follow up on other things that he's testified to.
Y'all get the lights up for me, okay?
Because he represented it's very relevant. He filed an affidavit saying with another court, he told another judge that he made $9,500 a month. That's what he swore to. And
All right, so this entire inquiry is just to establish that prior consistent statement.
yes,
All right. I'll give you a minute or two more to try that, but we're gonna have to move on.
thank you. So I know you're saying that you only got a third of the $300,000, but you were paid over. The firm was paid over $300,000 in 2022, correct?
Ms. Merchant, it's not what I'm saying. They're numbers. They're there. It's the truth. The funds were paid. They were divvied between the three of us.
Yeah, what he
Going
said.
into an operating account. Expenses paid out of it. At the end of that, the 9,000 figure is what you have.
So that's where you got the 9,000 figure from.
Yes, ma'am.
And let's see.
She's trying to trick you, man. Stock Camper.
Prior to when you filed for divorce in November 2021, you would use Mr. Bradley's credit card to pay for things with Miss Willis, correct? And then pay him back in cash.
I've never used Mr. Bradley's credit card.
You've never used his credit card
Never.
for transactions to anything with Miss Willis, out to dinner, anything like that. Hotels.
I've never used Mr. Bradley's credit card. I've never used anyone else's credit card.
Why would he use somebody else's credit card?
And you'd pay back if you ever did use someone's credit card. You'd pay back, correct?
Ma'am, I've never used someone else's credit
He
card.
he telling you.
Can you take a look at the bank records that I gave you?
You're an attorney. Come on now, get your brain together.
It is exhibit. Hold on, Judge. It's exhibit 9. It should be the largest section.
For those transactions from the exhibits haven't been tendered, and I maintain my relevant suggestion.
All right, let's see what the next question is, and maybe then the objection is going to be highly relevant.
Okay.
Is that an accurate copy of your Capital One statements that you provided in discovery to? Is that an accurate reflection of your Capital One records?
That I provided in discovery to whom?
To your divorce lawyers, or that you provided in the divorce proceeding?
Is the question
Stock Camper.
recognized by site?
I'm asking if it's his statements, bank
I
statements.
think that is the question.
Stop.
Well, it's a big document, but I believe you if you say that this is what my wife's divorce lawyer gave you. I believe you.
Your name's on every page of that document, correct?
On every page?
Pretty much every page, not every page.
No, it's not on every page. No, ma'am.
They're all Capital One bank records.
They are.
Okay. Just take your time, look through it. Tell me if there's anything that you think is not yours.
No, they appear to be.
Okay. And those bank records show that you paid for travel with Miss Willis.
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Relevance of these documents.
What? What?
Well, I think, are you tendering exhibit 9?
I'm going to, Judge, and they're highly relevant to
He messed up.
Well, he's asking a question about the contents of them that haven't been admitted yet, so why don't
Thanks. Those show travel that you and Miss Willis took.
well, so you're asking about the contents of something that hasn't been admitted yet, right?
Well, I'm asking him if that's what it shows because I know that they're going to object on relevance.
Well, first we got to see if it's you've authenticated it, perhaps, and before we get into other details of what's in it,
I can tell you.
Papa, come on now.
You could admit them.
Come on.
on relevance. All right, and on that,
Jesus.
Ms. Merchant.
Thank you.
Down now.
Those records demonstrate that you paid for travel with yourself and Miss Willis, correct?
They should.
Okay. And let's just talk about that travel.
Okay.
The first trip is Belize in March 2023. Is that a trip that you took with Miss Willis?
But you asked.
Did you take a trip with Miss Willis in 2023 to Belize?
I did.
Did you take a trip to California with Miss Willis in 2023?
I did.
Did you pay for those trips on that credit card?
I used the credit card to book the travel, but understand.
She paid you back cash.
Well, let me say this. Let's take the Belize trip, for example, since
Okay.
we started there. That was a birthday gift to me, so I paid nothing for that trip.
Whoa. What? Hold on, y'all. What? What? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real deal. Miss Fani Willis, honey. Big time. Woo! Sugar mama, honey. Sugar mama. She paid for the trip. He told me. He said it was a birthday gift. I didn't have to pay for it. Miss Sugar Mama, Miss Fani Willis, why you talking about Young Thug? I'm on you, girl. I'm on you. Yeah, Lanita on you, baby. Yeah, you got some money from somewhere. Ooh, listen to him, honey.
Well, you wouldn't be able to see it because it's not separated out. It just shows a charge on the account when actually it would have been something with my mother-in-law.
Judge, may I approach with exhibits 10 and 11? They're both certified business records from
Fannie Willis was pimping. Got all the young boys, young men's.
These are business records, Judge. They have the certifications right there.
All right. Defense 11 and 12.
Put your glasses on, stop trying to be cute.
That they are true and accurate as to the certification that was provided.
Kappa.
All right. Again, seeing no other objection there, admitted.
So just the trip to Aruba alone for you and DA Willis was $3,835.26, correct? Just Aruba.
I'm looking for the
Y'all went on some expensive trips.
amount.
This one is 11.
Yes, ma'am. $3,835.26.
And then the Royal Caribbean for just you and Miss Willis was $1,269.70, correct?
No, ma'am.
Your mother's got a different line item on there. I'm talking about the cruise, the actual cruise cabin.
Willis, Sugar Mama, you don't took this dude. Hey, you talking about Young Thug. You talking about Young Thug Fannie Willis. You don't took this bald head man over here on a cruise and you mad at Young Thug? Chad, this good him spending money. Fannie Willis is a sugar mama, allegedly.
I think I need to rephrase that as in the form of a question. This version.
Did you pay Royal Caribbean for yours and Miss Willis's cabin $1,269.70?
Where are we? Which
He said, where are we?
There's just a few pages of receipts on exhibit number 11.
Okay. I'm in 11.
You better not mess that sugar mama up, boy. You gonna be in trouble.
Where you are on exhibit 11.
Your receipt for Royal Caribbean.
Now, how she just walk up there and find it and you couldn't find it? See, she lied.
you recall paying around $1,269.70 for a Royal Caribbean cruise for you and Miss Willis. You don't remember that?
That amount seems kind of small. I don't.
Okay, so you believe it was higher. Okay.
Papa.
While you were in Aruba, then you bought a cruise, a Norwegian cruise, right? And that was the New Year's Eve cruise?
While I was in Aruba, no ma'am.
The credit card documents that were admitted earlier show the purchase date when you were in Aruba, but you don't remember doing that in Aruba?
I didn't purchase a cruise.
He told you.
That may be
Hold on, y'all. Let me take a break for 1 second. 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Woo, excuse me, Kim. Hold on, y'all. Oh.
company.
1 second, y'all. I gotta take a break. Ooh, wait.
Around the time you went to Aruba, you
Oh,
purchased a cruise
wait.
for Norwegian for you and Miss Willis to take for New Year's.
Hold
correct?
on, y'all.
To Aruba, yes ma'am.
And
Sandy Willis.
that was roughly $3,387. The cruise to Aruba. I mean, the cruise to, I'm sorry, the Norwegian cruise.
So that cruise was with my sisters.
Okay.
And the number that you are seeing would reflect my buying dinner for my sisters and their husband.
Jesus.
I'm just talking about the amount that was paid for the cruise ahead of time when you booked the cruise. I'm just talking about that.
Okay.
That was a little over $3,000. Okay. So, and I understand you're saying you paid for other things, but I'm just talking about the cruise amount. Okay.
Okay. All right, y'all. Here I come. Woo, Lord, I had to take a break, honey. This trial right here is getting interesting. It's his help in my bed. Hold on, y'all. Woo. Hallelujah, Jesus. This attorney right here, she being too personal. Okay, y'all, here we go. Woo. Okay, y'all. I'm back, y'all. I had to take a break, y'all. I've been sitting down too long. All right, y'all. For those who just joined, and we are in the hearing of the Fulton County DA Fani Willis, and there was Trump prosecution with her honey. This man here, y'all, ooh, smash that like button. Look at them lips, honey. Ooh, Jesus. Okay. She asked you, did you spend any money? $3,000? Just tell her, yeah. If you did, you did, you did, you did. Shout out to my mods.
Dinner while you were there in Bahamas.
Tell the truth.
That's the one that Miss Willis paid for a flight for, correct?
That's one of the flights she paid for, yes ma'am.
Actually, a documented paid for, not cash. I'm talking about a non-cash transaction.
Tell them.
You mean the one that I provided the receipt for?
Yes.
Yes ma'am, that's that.
And so she booked that on her credit card and wasn't worried about, I know you said earlier that you were booking everything because she was worried about people knowing where she was traveling. She didn't have any fears booking that one though, correct?
I'm gonna object to the phrasing of that question. Speculate as to what was motivated.
Fani Willis is a sugar mama, y'all. That's her sugar baby right here.
Ms. Mercer, I think you can rephrase the question. Stated on that current.
Allegedly.
So she purchased that under her own name, correct?
She did.
Okay. Let's see. So I know we talked a little bit about the seminar where you all met. Isn't it true that you would go to Miss Willis's house in South Fulton County occasionally?
I've never gone to her house in South Fulton County.
You've never gone to her house in South
I've
Fulton
never
County?
seen her house. The first time I even heard the address of that house was
You
when
better not tell on her.
one of the individuals in the election fraud case somehow doxed it and got out. That was the first time I even seen that address.
But you would go to the East Point condo, correct?
What East Point?
East Point had paid
I've never been to East Point with Miss
You
Willis.
better not tell on your sugar mama.
You've never gone to a condo in either the East Point or Hapeville area with Miss Willis.
Wait, that's different. I have gone to a condo in Hapeville.
Okay. So Hapeville.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have gone to a condo with Miss Willis in Hapeville.
I have.
Have you spent the night there?
Never.
Never.
What?
Never.
So you went somewhere and you ain't spent a night?
Is that the condo that was
That's a lie.
by Robin Yuri?
Fani Willis got some body.
And
Look at them
other
lips.
members of the DA staff were there as well, correct? Sometimes.
I've never been around other members of the DA staff at a condo in Hapeville.
There's never been any security for Miss Willis.
Not around me.
Did you ever ride with Miss Willis with her security detail to and from the house?
No.
What?
You served on Miss Willis's transition team, correct?
Yes.
And you were part of.
Hey, Miss Caldwell with your beautiful self. Woo! You know what? You know what? Caldwell.
Is it fair to say?
Caldwell, look. I can't wait till Fani Willis, the sugar mama, get up there and tear him up. She gonna tear him up. You hear me? And you know you got Judge Hatchett and the mayor out there, the ex-mayor out there in the audience. Ooh, girl.
And what we're trying to prove is that there's.
Hold on, let me put it back on Muddy Mouth, honey. Let me put it back on Muddy Mouth, honey. He better not mess her up, 'cause I'm gonna mess him up. Look at them lips.
Personal and financial relationship, and it was improper. And so, whether or not he had experience to serve on this transition team, I think is relevant.
Right. I think I already said it. We don't need the evidence
Okay.
hearing on that point.
Let me
So let's just say.
Ooh,
Terrence
Chad.
also received a contract for Fulton County, correct? Correct.
You asking me about Terrence?
I asked if Terrence Bradley also received a contract from Fulton County.
I believe that he did.
And you were partners with him at that time, correct?
I was.
So under what you testified,
I can't wait to Fani.
third of that contract as well, correct?
Fani go, you know what, Caldwell? Fani gonna eat them alive.
And so under what you've testified to, you would also.
And Muddy Mouth better not tell on his.
They both had contracts for what are called first appearance, which is where they would appear on behalf of the district attorney to do first appearance hearings, correct?
You better not start acting stupid. You better say the right answer. Can you repeat that, please?
I believe they did.
Okay. And they also had what's called a taint contract.
Oh, she did it?
On January 25th,
Wait a minute. Hold up. Caldwell, she already done been up. My sister said she had already testified. Oh, she already did? I need to put it on that then. I'm saying she already been up and testified.
That was we're working.
Like he doing. My sister said she did too.
I don't know that it was anti-corruption.
Caldwell, she already done been on? So I can put it on there. I'd like a. What? Hold on. That's why I put it. My sister said that Fani already been on. Let me see, can I find Fani? That's who I'm waiting on. Let me see. Oh, that's my girl, honey. I know she I know your sugar mama. Honey, hold on, honey. Let me let me see, can I find her? Hold on, y'all. Woo, honey. My sister said that when she was on the phone, she said Fani is testifying. Hold on, let me put it on there, because I got to hear my girl. Because they done made me mad messing with that woman. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to look it. I'm glad you came on. EA, Fani Willis testifies. Oh, I didn't know that until and that's why I put it on him. I'm looking at him. I want to hear Fanny. Hold on, let me pull Fanny up right quick, y'all. Hold up. Trump, Georgia case. Well, what? Okay, so it's gonna say, let me ask you something, she doesn't. Let me ask you something, Caldwell. It said she testified in the hearing for today. Okay, let me put today. I wanna critique her, honey. That's my girl. I wanna critique her. Whistleblower prepared to testify against Georgia. Motion here on effect. What's the name of it? Oh, here it goes. Oh, here it go. Wait, hold up. DA testify on the affair of Trump prosecution. Yes, her. That's my girl there, honey. Close it. Okay, wait a minute. So let me see if she on this one. Hold on. Let me see if she on this one. Come on. When I was talking to my sister earlier, she was watching it. And I was like, it's on now. And then I put up here. Hold on, y'all. I don't see her. I don't see her. Oh, okay. Hold up. I found it. I found it. I found my girl. Hold on. She on this one with him. Hold on. She on this one. Hold on. She after the break. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. I found the Caldwell. Ooh, Chad, I'm glad you said something. Hold on. Here we go. That's my girl. Shit, they trying to. So she was gonna come on it. Oh, you see? Did you see Judge Hatchett? Judge Hatchett in the audience. Uh, uh, Judge Hatchett in the audience. The ex mayor, she's in the audience. Everybody in this audience right here, honey. Ooh, oh, there she go. Hold on. I want her to walk up. I want to hear how they gonna look at her. See how they gonna look at her walking up to the yeah. Look at you. You're a mess. Y'all go get my educated girl so she can show y'all something. She ain't po. Oh, I'm so glad you came here and told me about that girl because I'm about to break this thing down for me. Oh, they in the audience. Oh, look. Oh, wait a minute. Let me walk y'all back how she walked up to that stand. Let me let y'all see my girl come through that door. Watch this, y'all. Watch how she come. Watch her. She come in that door like I'm so sick of y'all. The man divorced. The man going through a divorce. We ain't did nothing yet. We just talking. Watch how she come through that door and take that seat. Y'all need to smash that like button. Get these lights up. Here we go. I went back. Watch my girl come through the door right there. They better leave Fani alone. Look at her. She ready to take the pictures. Look, here she come. Here she come. Here she come. Here she come. I'm gonna put my light over him. She gonna come in that door and sit in that chair. Look at her. She ready. Catch it, baby. Catch it, baby. Everybody, there they go right there, Caldwell, Judge Hatchett. There they go. They in the audience. Judge Hatchett and the mayor. That's what I'm about to show you. Here she come. She about to get educated on their book. They ain't gonna know what she talking about. Y'all come on in here. She about to get educated on them. Here she come. Oh, they got everybody out there for her. Here she come. Oh, I'm glad you told me.
All right, Ms. Cross, you can bring everyone in. Thank you.
Here she come. She gonna come in there like I'm so sick of y'all. And y'all, bing, 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 bing. Here she come. There she go. Go in there, baby. Get in there, boo.
Do you swear me, Your Honor? Whomever would like to.
Got this guy. So let's go. Wait a minute. Let everyone get situated, and then we'll go back on the record.
She about to take this woman down. She speaking it to Judge Hatchett them. See, she winked her eye at the mayor and Judge Hatchett.
All right, we are back on the record. Deputy Scott, if you could swear in our next witness.
I would, and I do apologize. Hannah,
You got this. You got this, baby. She busted in.
District Attorney Fani, Fani, last name is Willis.
Miss Willis, how did you know to come into the courtroom right then?
There were people I was pacing in my office,
Okay.
and I heard someone yell, "His testimony is done." It only made sense to me that I would be your next witness, and I've been very anxious to have this conversation today. So I ran to the courtroom.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done testifying, that's when you just assumed you would be the next witness?
It only makes sense.
Did you listen to any of the testimony?
I've been in my office pacing now.
Did you listen to any arguments?
I did hear the arguments this morning. It's ridiculous to me that you lied on Monday, and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument.
All right, so that was it, just the argument, no testimony.
Right, I listened to the argument this morning where Adam Abadi, I thought, did an excellent job pointing out how dishonest you were with the court on Monday. And I'm actually surprised that the hearing continued. But since it did, here I am.
Great. So let's just talk about what you did in preparation for today. Did you meet with Mr. Wade at all? Once the motion was filed, did you meet with Mr. Wade and talk to him about the motion filed to disqualify you?
On this first January motion,
Yes.
I don't know if you say talked about. I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman, me not so much.
Okay, but my question was, did you have a conversation
I
with
didn't
him?
have a substantive conversation.
You did not.
I read this motion, skimmed it more so, and I probably said some choice things to him about some of the lies that were told.
Okay.
And put it in the media because, we used to be in a date and time where you had 60 minutes and people did stories and they verified information. And you had this great reporting. But it seems today that a lawyer writes a lie and then it's printed for all of the world to see.
Well, I just want to make sure that you answered the question I asked. So my question was,
Overruled, Mr. Abadi.
Get her, Judge.
I told you what happened. I read the motion. I am sure I told you what my opinion of it is. And past that, we had no substantive conversation.
you did not. Okay.
Is there something you didn't understand?
No, I just wanted to make sure that
Okay.
you did not have a meeting with him in the conference room to discuss the motion.
Next question, Ms. Marshall.
So in the conference room of my office within this week, you produced some financial document. That financial document was given to me, something, and I'm not even sure it was given to him by me or Mr. Abadi gave it to me. And I think he showed me the document in our conference room. But as far as a substantive conversation, I don't believe I've had any conversation with him that is substantive related to this.
Okay.
I have had conversations with him since he filed the motion, but they wouldn't be substantive to this. He sent me very nice sermons that have been done, and so we've had conversations about, did you listen to that sermon? Things of that nature. And I would say they were in relationship to this because I think he did it to be kind.
Okay. Let's start back in 2019. So you and Mr. Wade met in October 2019 at a conference?
That is correct. I think in one of your motions you tried to implicate I slept with him at that conference, which I find to be extremely offensive. I stayed at that conference. Mr. Wade was my teacher. I did not meet him when he taught the class.
Get him, sugar mama.
Standing outside talking to Lisa Williams, who is a judge. Me and her were just having a conversation. Mr. Wade walks up and they hug each other. They have some brief conversation. She introduces us.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. I have thought to ask a question, not to speak, so I object.
I agree.
I'm able to explain my answers.
I believe you did explain your answer.
And that's
Ms. Burson, that's okay. I can handle it. Ms. Willis, I'll ask you to listen to the answer, or excuse me, the question, and keep the answers confined to the question as best you can. I think you'll have more
Get him, go.
opportunity on when the state is
Well, it's
able to
highly
follow
offensive
up.
when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
All right. Well, Ms. Willis, you'll have the opportunity to explain all of that when it's the state's turn to ask more open-ended questions.
Get him, Willis.
Thank you, Judge. So again, my question was, you all met at that conference, though, right?
We did the meeting. As I stated, he taught the class. I did not actually meet him when he taught the class. I walked out of the class, and I'm not sure the exact class or we had went to lunch, but we were standing in the vestibule, like outside of the class. Me and Judge Reeves were having a conversation. She had worked at a law firm I worked at back in 1996.
We're getting way afar. I mean, I don't mind her explaining her answers, but I literally just asked if they met at that conference.
Explaining how she met Mr. Wade was exactly the question.
But she got to tell you.
Answers are more than appropriate.
Ms. Merchant, if you want more concise answers.
Thank you, Judge.
I will. Thank you, Judge. Isn't it true that you met Mr. Wade in October 2019 at a judges
He
conference?
hasn't gotten to the point where Ms. Willis should be treated hostilely.
I think we
And I
have.
very much want to be here, so I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be
Not
here.
so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis, it'd be an adverse witness. Your interests are.
Get him, Willis.
Thank you.
Merchant's interests are contrary to democracy, Your Honor, not to mine.
All right, let's
Judge, I
proceed.
would just ask that
We
we.
can keep things moving. Ms.
Thank
Merchant, next question,
yeah.
please.
Okay. So, after that, isn't it true?
No, I need to explain this, and I think I get to explain my answers. When I met him, Judge Reeves introduced us. He handed me his business card. I'm unsure if I handed him my business card, but we exchanged information. He said, if you ever need any help, give me a call. And he walked to the parking lot.
So after that, you started dating shortly thereafter, correct?
That's a lie. That's one of your lies.
Do you know Robin Yurdy?
I know her as Robin Bryant. I knew her. So Robin did not go to my college. She went to the college of. I went to Howard University. She went to Morgan State. I met her through some people I knew. In college, we hung out a bit, not much because she was in Baltimore and I was in Washington D.C. But we hung out a bit. After college, I lost contact with her. I probably didn't see Robin again until maybe 7 or 8 years ago. A chance meeting here in Atlanta, but we did not have a consistent relationship from when I left college and came to Emory Law School here in Atlanta. But 8 to 10 years ago, just by happenstance, I ran into her.
So
She was in Atlanta.
you have been friends with Robin for 30-something years.
Did you hear my answer, madam?
Yes, and I'm asking if you've been friends with her for 30-something years.
I've known her for 30-something years. We certainly hung out and partied together in college. She was from the D.C. area. She would come home, we partied together. Wasn't close, but she was certainly in the girlfriends that partied together. And then, like I said, So we didn't talk throughout that time period. I didn't see her. I didn't even know where she was. When I ran into her, I was surprised she was in Atlanta. And so, yes, I have known her probably since 1990, 1991, but we have not maintained a consistent relationship that whole time.
For the last 10 years or 5, whatever you'd like to classify it as, have you been friends with her?
I have not spoken to Robin in over a year. I certainly do not consider her a friend now.
Woo!
You know, there's a saying, no good deed goes unpunished, and I think that she betrayed our friendship.
So let's narrow it down, the timeline now. So my questions are going to be from the time period of 2019 until she no longer was employed for you, the last time you all talked. So all of my next questions are just focused on that time frame, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Up until she left your office.
Yes, ma'am.
During 2019, you all were friends, correct?
Yes, we knew each other in 2019.
During 2020, you all were friends, correct?
Yes, we were friends during that time period.
During 2021, you all were friends, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And such good friends that when you needed a place to stay, you asked her if you could take over her lease.
That's a lie.
You did
That's
not
not
move
the-
into her apartment?
I
or
did,
her
but
condo?
that's not the way you characterize it. It's wrong.
I asked if you could take over her lease.
I did not ask if I could take over her lease.
Did you move into her apartment?
I moved into her condo in April of 21. The circumstances around that were that Robin met her husband. They wanted to move into another and separate place. She wanted to get rid of her condo. My father was living with me at the house. Because of this case and because of my stance on gangs, my life was being threatened regularly. My father urged me to leave our home. At the same time, as luck would have it, Robin wanted to give up her lease because she wanted to move in with this new man she met, who eventually became her husband. And so, as life circumstances worked, my dad was begging me to leave the house. He was afraid for me, afraid for his grandchildren. She wanted someone to take over her lease so that she didn't, have to pay a fee or get abandoned. And so, I don't remember when, but probably March or April of 21, I moved in and take over her lease.
And did you pay her or did you pay the leasing agent?
I don't even know who the leasing agent was. I paid her.
You paid her. Did you pay her cash or did you use the card?
There were some times that I would give her cash, but mostly I paid her via Cash App. That would be the most convenient thing. So I would not only give her her rent, but then like when the utilities would come in, whatever the utility was, she might be like, I need $70, I need $100, or whatever it was. And we never had a problem with money. Whatever she told me it was, I never asked to see a bill. I never questioned her.
That's why. Look, y'all, that's why you need to keep your receipts. Show your receipts. Show your that you stay in that apartment. Always get your receipts, people. Cause this the kind of stuff that you're gonna have to fall for.
Gave it to her.
What percentage would you say you paid cash versus Cash App?
Oh, the vast majority was Cash App. I
Cash
don't
App.
know what percentage, I'm not going to guess that. But the vast majority was Cash App. But there would be times she would say, this bill came in at $70, here goes $70.
Did you have a monthly rent amount that you paid her?
I can't remember. It was $1,400, $1,500. I can't remember what it was. And it would vary, which I don't understand to this day. But like I said, I never questioned her.
When did you
Whenever
move out?
she said it was what I paid, or early February of 22.
Of 22.
Yes,
February 2022, is that what you said?
January, February of
Yeah.
22. I believe it is January, but I paid her half the rent February of 22 is what I remember. And because I was offering to pay the whole rent, even though I didn't live there, I didn't think it was right. And I ended up just paying her half the rent.
So that's after you moved out. You said you paid her half of that. Okay. And the time that you said you had to move out of your house because you were scared, did your dad stay there at your house?
My father was concerned. Yes, we were both concerned.
Okay. But he remained there.
My father was old. He would have been 79. He was scared to death of COVID. You have to go back to when this was. My father's an older man. I wanted him to move out. We had some discussions about him moving out, and what he decided was the risk of COVID was more dangerous than the risk of people that were threatening. Typical man, more worried about his daughter and his grandchildren than his own safety. You'll get to meet him, and you'll understand he doesn't spare too easily.
So your his grandkids were living at the house as well at that time?
Well, I don't know how old your children are, but when you have adult children, they leave and they come back. They leave and they come back. So there have been periods of time that they're there, they come, they do whatever they want to do. Children do what children do.
But what this guy?
Unfortunately, now the threats because of this case have gotten so extreme. I just pay a mortgage and no one lives there.
And that's what I was going to ask you. So when you moved out in, I think you said April 2021, you left your dad and your two kids at the house?
My dad and my two kids were not at the house.
They were not. Okay, so they didn't still live at your house?
My youngest daughter certainly did not live there. My oldest daughter would come back and forth. I can't say month for month when she was there or when she was not there. I know that she has been there post me moving out. At this time, no one is at my house.
So at some point after you moved out for the safety reasons, at least one of your children did come
Ms.
back to
Merchant,
the
can we
house.
get to the
Yeah.
relationship and the
Sure.
financial benefit?
Yes. So let's see, we were back at 2021. So you were still friends with Miss Yeardy then. Were you also friends with Mr. Bradley?
I've never been friends with Mr. Bradley.
You've never been friends with Mr. Bradley?
No, I don't consider us to be friends. I don't dislike Mr. Bradley, but I don't consider us to be friends.
Is he someone that you would have in your phone and you would message with?
I might have text messaged him.
Okay. Would you text message him and Mr. Wade on the same conversations?
I don't recall doing that, but if it happened, it wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, so that wouldn't surprise you, the three of you. Okay. How frequently would you think that the three of you would have texted
Not
in a
very.
group chat?
I wouldn't think very often, but you're asking me to recall. I don't even know what time period you're asking me to recall, but I'm not going to speak to that because I just really don't know the answer to that. So I don't want to speculate as to how often that would happen. But it's not out of my practice to text two people on one text message. So if you told me that happened and showed it to me, it wouldn't surprise me, although I have no recollection of it.
But there would be some record of it in your phone, or the phone records would have some record of those texts.
Perhaps.
Talk about, you said that sometimes you paid Miss Yeardy cash. When you went on vacation with Mr. Wade, let's just go one by one. Let's start with the first one. What's the first time you went on vacation with Mr. Wade?
I think the first time we went on vacation was around April of 22. And it's a vacation is a stretch, but I'm trying to be comprehensive. I recall April of 22. His birthday is March the 18th. So that would have been his.
Who birthday in March? What'd she say?
I took him to Tennessee for the day. I think we went to a museum. I think we might have stayed the night. I'm not sure, but I mean, Tennessee's kind of hard to call a vacation. But I just trying to be inclusive. And like I said, I know it wasn't more than a day.
So you didn't spend the night.
I think that we did. That's what I'm telling you. I think that there's a possibility that we stayed that night in April of 22.
Who paid for the hotel?
I think I did. It was his birthday.
And would you have used a credit card?
Probably, maybe a debit.
But y'all, okay, it's a commercial.
And you all start.
Hold up, y'all.
It was right around then.
April 2020?
22. Yes.
2022.
I know that I keep money in my house. The amounts of money I gave Mr. Wade, it was never that serious. I don't think I've ever handed him more than $2,500 in a reimbursement.
Did y'all hear that? See, that's for sugar mama. That's a money. That's a money. You don't remember how much money you be done gave somebody that you like. We don't be trying. We just give it to them because we friendly like that. Yeah. Go on, Fani, honey. Go on, Google.
We're not talking about $20,000 in cash. I don't have $20,000 in cash right now.
Get it, girl.
I know I gave him $2,500 when we went to Belize because we went to one hotel and then we went to a second hotel. That $2,500 I actually gave him while we were still in Belize. I know that the Aruba trip, the one that you described with his
mom. I think I gave him about $2,000 for that trip for like total.
Big money, honey.
So I consider that. We got off of a cruise ship, and then we went to Aruba, which is why I cannot remember at the time that we had to stay in Miami to wait for the flight for Aruba.
Tell them again.
So I consider that one trip. We didn't like come back to Atlanta and leave. We flew down to Miami. We got on a cruise ship. We spent a couple of days with his mama. We came back to Miami. When we came back to Miami, either that day or the next day, we flew to Aruba. We spent a few days in Aruba and we came back. That was really one trip. Even though we went 2 places, it was one trip.
So let's talk about the California trip.
Fani got to be a Pisces. Fani, you got to be like me. You got to be a Pisces, girl. Because when you put that money up, girl, you put that money up because you just want to help somebody. You want everybody to be happy, don't you? Yeah. Whew. Okay, here we go. It's my girl right here, y'all.
Moving your daughter out to California when you all went, or did you have 2 trips to California?
My daughter doesn't live in California.
Did she ever live in California?
I'm not discussing to you the location of my child.
So how many times did you go with Mr. Wade to California?
Once.
And you also
Come on, man.
tickets in the hotel?
Pay for the plane
Jesus.
hotel.
And what did you pay for on that trip?
I gave him much less cash that time, probably $400 or $500, and then I paid for a bunch of stuff. I think we did 2 different wine tours that you do, which are pretty expensive. I think I bought him. He likes wine. I don't really like wine, to be honest with you. I like Grey Goose. I bought him a bottle of wine while we were there, and the sippings that you.
That's how we do it, y'all. That's how we do it. We buy them what they want. That's all. What's the problem? What's the problem? It's coming out of our pocket. Yeah. All right. Go do your thing, girl. Handle your business. You know what you're doing. All right, let's get back to it. She said, I bought her his wine, what he liked. That's what he liked. You give a man what he liked.
Places you go. I remember we went to this place that they do pairings. That was the most expensive thing that I think that we did while we were there. So they would pair champagne, chocolate, and caviar. It was it was like 3 different things. Sweden, Russia, someplace else. I'll make that up. But that was the most expensive thing we did that trip, and I paid for that.
Pay cash?
Pimping.
For us doing that. Yeah, I think that trip did not cost me a lot.
Mm. I love me some Fani Willis, y'all. I just need for her to leave Young Thug alone, though. But she said, oh, that money, hey, that trip didn't cost me that much money. I know they hate that. See, y'all ain't the only one with money now. There's some ancestors out here got some money now. She said what she said. Oh, that right there, that money right there, and it hurt my pocket. Ooh, I wish my auntie was still living. She was a lawyer too, y'all. Ooh, Jesus. Okay, let me do this. Let me go back here. I love me some Fani Willis, but I just want her to leave Young Thug alone. That's all.
Cash on me. We weren't gone very long.
I'd only asked if you paid in cash. I don't need anything else.
When I travel, I always take cash.
And is the cash that you keep in your house, or do you keep it at the condo that you were living in?
So at that point, it wouldn't be at my house, and I'm sorry if I was not clear. The money would be wherever I laid my head. So I wouldn't leave the money at the house.
I leave mine on my card and at the house.
Money's going to be where I stay.
How much did you pay for your trip to Panama?
To where?
Panama, I believe.
I didn't go to Panama.
I may have the location wrong.
I never went to Panama.
So after
Wade went to Panama with his frat brother.
Oh, he went to Panama with
So let me tell you our real trips. In October, we went on the cruise with his mom. We got back from the cruise with his mom and we went to Aruba. I consider that one trip. Second trip, New Year's Eve, we went on a cruise to the Bahamas. That's the second trip. Make sure I get this right. Third trip, 100% on me. I think he might have spent $200 on that entire trip. We went to Belize. That was my trip. That was, his 50th. And then Napa Valley, we went around May. I don't know the dates, but it seems to me like it was close to Mother's Day.
And those are the only trips?
So that the record is complete. I can remember one time driving to South Carolina and we met my sister for lunch with her man.
When was that?
I don't know, but we didn't stay the night there. But I guess people would consider that a trip if you drive somewhere and you come back. That was insane because it was like 5 hours to drive. We ate lunch and we drove right back.
That been a good friend.
I remember driving to some little town in Georgia. I don't even know where I was. I had never been there before or after. There's some boat you can get on over to, and there's like a slave thing that gives anyone to do that. I remember doing that. I remember driving one time to Charlotte. We had lunch with one of my very close girlfriends, and again, we drove to Charlotte, met my girlfriend for lunch, and drove right back. So that's a trip. We didn't stay the night there, but I just want to be complete in my testimony. Drove someplace, had lunch, drove back. I don't remember another driving someplace distant for lunch and coming back to Charlotte to see a girlfriend, to meet my sister in South Carolina. We went by ourselves when I told you about that remote place in Georgia. We could have driven someplace else and had lunch and came back, but that's all that comes to my recollection.
Y'all get them lights up. Please get them lights up, y'all.
Security team was very clear to me. I'm not to be out and about in Atlanta without them. And so for me to do something just very normal that a normal person would need to do, they weren't prosecuting this case, I got to drive 4 hours to do it.
And that's what I was going to ask you. Your security detail, did they take you to and from your house?
So I haven't been able to enjoy my home.
Condo, I'm sorry. And
In March,
where you lay your head? Did they take you to and from where you lay your head?
99% of the time.
Would they take Mr. Wade to and from wherever you laid your head?
That has never in the history of ever happened. Ever, okay?
Your security team has never taken him?
From my house? That's a lie.
I'm
That's
asking if they've ever taken him in.
And I'm telling you that that's never happened.
So your security team has never taken
My
Mr. Wade anywhere?
security team has never taken Mr. Wade from any place where I have lived.
And that's what he said.
Not once, not ever.
That's what he said.
Taken the two of you together?
To where?
Anywhere.
We've left this building and gone to lunch, but I go to lunch so rarely that is a very rare occasion. I am sure, and let me be clear. It wouldn't
Chill
be-
Pisces.
So I'm sure my security team has taken me to lunch. Probably been a time I've left here 7 o'clock, gone to get something to eat, and I don't even know that they would have taken him or if he would have driven himself, but they've taken me to do that. But we're talking very few, very far in between. Most days I don't even eat lunch, and when I do, it's because my assistant has heated up some bag, something, and I through meetings in my office. It's not a practice of mine to go to.
That's my girl, y'all.
The period that you were dating, would your security team ever take you two together anywhere?
No.
Never.
If there was a lunch that occurred that I just described, if there was a meal that occurred that I just described, anything outside of that, and it needs to be very clear. Not often. Once, twice. Because I want to be over-inclusive, I'm saying once or twice. I'm not certain that it happened, but I'd rather be over-inclusive.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
Well, no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
Woo!
Do you have any
problem.
object to getting any personal records of mine.
We're not dealing with privilege.
Woo!
And I'm not dealing with privilege. What we had offered to.
You got the wrong one, sister.
I just want to know if she has any
That's not
problem.
something you deal with a witness.
Hey, prosecutor got the wrong one, man. You better stop playing with Fanny. Like Fanny know where you going, and she know where you going coming from. You coming from, she know where you going. So, what? Pisces women, we will go into our pockets and do for you. We will use our credit card to do for you. As a man or a woman, we do it. We give gifts. I understand. I bought this, my dentist, a whole bunch of flowers in a beautiful vase. He said, no, a woman never did this for me. So if Fanny or Pisces, we do stuff like that, you'll never understand why. Because like my sister said, a lot of stuff that I do, she won't tolerate it. But that's just me. That's just me. That's how we do it. Fanny, on to do your thing, honey. She want to be kind-hearted, let her be kind-hearted.
Okay. You have to file as part of your job something called an income and financial disclosure report, correct?
That's correct.
And you filed your first one. So you filed 2 today. Is that right?
Is it 2 or 3? I probably would have filed 21, 22. Maybe I haven't filed 23 yet, because isn't it due like June of the next year?
April, I believe. So you filed.
I need to file my taxes.
Looks like April 15th, 2022, and your second one, April 17th, 2023. Does that sound familiar?
That I don't remember the dates, but you're an officer of the court. I'm gonna hope you're telling the truth now.
May I approach the witness?
You right?
Thank you. I already gave the state a copy. 20 and 21.
Fanny on y'all ass. I'm sorry, I don't even cuss.
Yeah. Guys are getting a little old. Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
those are the ones that you filed.
This looks like me for sure. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Judge, we'd move to admit 20 and 21.
I think you need to delineate which ones.
20 is 2021, so it accounts for the time period, Your Honor, January the 1st, 21 through December the 31st, 2021. That is Defendant's Exhibit 20. Defendant's Exhibit 2021, it accounts for the time period January the 1st, 2022 through December the 1st of 2022.
All right, any objection to exhibits 20 and 21?
Nope.
Sorry. From other counsel? Without objection.
I like Fanny.
Your personal relationship with Mr. Wade end.
Our personal relationship ended in this year. So let's be very clear so that we don't mix words. I don't want to mix words in here. Mr. Wade is my friend right now. Mr. Wade, I would say, has been my friend since 2020. I think he started out as like a mentor and a professional colleague. He became my friend and somebody that I really respected. I feel very indebted to Mr. Wade for taking on the task of this job. And he is certainly my friend and one of the people that I respect the most.
Do your thing, girl.
If you ask about a personal relationship, I consider myself to have a personal relationship right now, Mr. Wade. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Anna Cross. I consider myself to have.
There you go. Get him, girl.
I consider myself to have a personal
Thank you.
relationship with Andrew Evans.
Okay, let me just
So
clarify that.
I have a personal relationship with him as we speak right now. I don't think that's what you're asking. I think that's what you're asking.
Get her, smarty.
Your romantic relationship with Mr. Wade end.
My
Did it end?
me and Mr. Wade, we are good friends. My respect for him has grown over these 7 weeks of attacks. We are very good friends. I think, but for these attacks, it would have been a friendship that, as life goes, you would have stopped having. I think that you have seen.
God, well, you a mess.
I can handle this, Sarah.
Sit down.
You asked about a personal relationship.
She asked when the romantic relationship ended. That's the question.
It's sometime in, I'd say late summer of 2023. But I don't
about your romantic relationship when you stopped dating.
I think that me and Mr. Wade, so he's a man. He probably would say June or July. I was to say we had a tough conversation, you know.
See, I can understand Willis.
That men in relationships,
She a Pisces star. Camper.
women in relationships when that tough conversation takes place.
And where, when did he come to, I guess, the condo? I'm not sure what you call it, condo apartment. Would he come and stay at that condo or visit you there? I'm sorry, visit you there.
What condo, what apartment? I want to be clear.
So, not your house. I know you classified one as house and one as condo, so I'm trying to use those terms.
So there's been more than, see, what you don't understand is because of this case, I got to move. And so I
Wish we could ask a more precise question.
yes, please give me the time period. that we're
Mr.
talking.
Wade visits you at the place you laid your head.
When?
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you've lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It
We're
is
gonna,
a lie.
Well,
You see.
Mr. Sano, thank you. We're gonna take 5 minutes. Be back in 5.
She got you, baby. Woo! Ooh, wait. Fani Willis. Got up, baby. See, it's some women that you can stop, Campbell. Jesus. There are some women that you can run over. But see, it's a lot of women like me. We ain't got to be with no man to give that man what we want to give him. We'll do, Pisces will do for you, period. And that's a weird thing, ain't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We'll do for you. We ain't got to be wanting you. We just doing it for you. I don't have plenty of men that told me, you did this. You. Why you doing this for me? Why you giving me gifts? That's me. God, dog, everybody ain't got it. When some women got hearts like men's, okay? That don't mean they're a man, but they got hearts like men's. Jesus. Get on them, honey. Get off a little thug for me.
It's not.
Girl, I like this cartwheel.
It's like a woman doesn't have the right to keep her private life private.
Thank you.
And I'm speaking on this because there have been all these intimations.
Giselle, answer the questions, please.
Thank you.
Sorry, what was the question?
Is there anyone else who knew about it? That we can explain?
I don't know. I don't think so. I certainly didn't go out telling my business to the world.
So,
Oh, you're a Sagittarius. But Pisces, we get them underway. Sagittarius, y'all, hold on to y'all money a little bit.
The prosecution team had a personal relationship with you.
So I
Is that correct?
That's inaccurate. Your question is inaccurate.
What?
Because you stated that the person I chose, we had a personal relationship.
Thank you.
So we had a friendship. We have all these distinguishing factors.
Thank you.
Remember, when I chose him in November of 21, first of all, let's get this straight. Mr. Wade was not actually my first choice. That's no insult to him.
Your Honor,
No,
I
it
don't.
is. Because of the way you phrased the question, you said, when I chose him, I didn't inform people of a personal relationship. We have defined personal as romantic.
Pisces, baby.
Inaccurate way to state the question.
Then I will
as-
certainly restate it so it is very accurate.
Okay, and please do not yell at me.
Woo!
You hired Mr. Wade the first time on November 1st of 2021, correct?
2021. Yes, sir.
Your testimony is, whether one accepts it or not, your testimony is that at the time you hired Mr. Wade, there had never been a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade before you hired him, correct?
Yes, my testimony is that we were very good friends, but not. We're talking about sex, so let's just don't.
No, I'm not talking about, I'm saying romantic relationship doesn't.
What you call romantic relationship?
I don't.
Dating, it can be holding hands, it can be any of those things.
Oh, I'm gonna hold your hand regardless.
Called romantic. I'm asking you whether or not prior to November 1st of 2021, there was a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade. It's very simple. It's either a yes or a no.
I don't consider my relationship with him to be romantic before that. I'm not a hand holder, so no.
Okay, that's fine. Now, let's move beyond November Mr. Wade until early in 2022, whether it be January or February or March, early in 2022, correct?
I would say sometime between February and April. Yes, sir.
All right. Now I'm asking you about that time period when it became romantic,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Thank you.
Okay. You didn't see the need, if I understand, to tell any of the people on the prosecution team when you had established a romantic relationship with Mr. Wade that the lead prosecutor, that is the man that was basically giving orders to others, was dating or having a romantic relationship with you, correct?
I'm going to object to relevant, Your Honor.
She gonna love people anyway because she a Pisces. We love everybody. We like everybody.
That there is an issue on credibility about the relationship. The failure to have informed anyone on her team that she was having a romantic relationship with the lead prosecutor, I suggest gives rise to that inference. That's irrelevant.
The inference
that they were concealing this because it was not as it's been characterized to the court, and that in fact it started earlier than what they say.
all right, overall, let's sit down.
Sure that we're clear. From at least 2020, me and Mr. Wade were friends. At least that time.
Okay, I'm not talking
Okay,
about.
so no, I want to be clear because my credibility is being evaluated here, right? We were friends. We hung out prior to November of 2021. In
Get
November
'em.
of 2021, I hired you. I do not consider our relationship to have become romantic until early in 2022. Because I don't know a date and time, I'm saying sometime in February and April of 2022.
Get him, Willis.
Very early April of 2022. Because I know that trip that I discussed with you was like the first week of 2022. That the relationship had become romantic. I hope that answered your question. But I can't have it where, we're saying something different.
All right, so you established the timeline as you put it. The question originally was,
She's just a nice person, y'all.
at that time, did you tell any other prosecutors?
I never tell people at work who I'm dating.
All right, Mr. Seda.
Okay. Did you take any trips to D.C. with Mr. Wade?
Never.
Did you take, okay, so you have no, what I would call personal trips or business trips to D.C. with Mr. Wade?
I never went to D.C. with Mr. Wade, personal, business, otherwise, never.
Okay, so,
I've never been in the District of Columbia with Mr. Wade or Maryland, Virginia, the DMV.
Get him.
so as I understand it, to be clear, any trips that you would have taken to see D.C.
That was
would not,
that was a pretty clear answer.
huh?
That was a pretty clear answer.
No.
She just said no. So you have a.
Tell them the truth. Shoot, tell them what they want to know.
I'll ask it and we'll see. Did you take trips to D.C. that were non-business during the time period that this case or this matter was under investigation?
Tell them, yeah.
Well, again, the question already asked is take personal or business trips. You said
But that was with Mr. Wade. That was with Mr. Wade. This I asked her alone whether she took.
okay. And what would be the relevance of that?
Trying to understand whether or not we have the ability to show a personal trip in which Mr. Wade is there at the same time. I understand her answer. Okay, I understand her answer, but we have documents, we have records that are out there.
Well, this could be something that's maybe not part of the record yet, but I think there have been other things discussed in this case. They have evidence that Mr. Wade may have been in D.C. at the same time. If you want to ask about that exact specific date, Mr. Seda, we can do that.
You got an attorney now. Don't say nothing.
And so that's going to limit its merit and impact and credibility. So, Mr. Seda, ask the question.
So,
I understand your testimony is you never took a trip to D.C. with Mr. Wade.
that's correct.
Personal or business.
That's correct.
Were you ever in D.C. at the same time as Mr. Wade? Business.
No, me and Mr. Wade have not been to D.C. at the same time. However, since Mr. Wade has been on this case, he's been to D.C. Since Mr. Wade has been on to this case, I've been to D.C. What has not happened is we have not been in the District of Columbia at the same time. Now, the only thing I'm not sure about with what you asked me, a lot of personal friends in that area, but I know that I have been to DC. I did an interview at Howard University. I went to DC for that. Seems like I've been to DC one other time. Oh, I went to DC for the Global Summit. Actually, those were two separate trips.
Next question is based on her opening the door, and therefore I'll just ask it, and Your Honor can decide whether or not it's appropriate. When you went to D.C., did you go to the White House?
I did not go to the White House.
No, well,
Apparently, I'm going to get the answer anyhow.
there you have it. Next question.
Okay.
What's she gonna go to the White House for?
Your best recollection was that your relationship with Mr. Wade, the romantic relationship, ended. You left it in August of 2023. That sound right?
That's the hard conversation. That's not the.
Characterize it as a tough conversation, correct?
Yes.
I'm not going to get into the conversation per se.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. She ain't work. She a likable person. She just like helping young men. She just like it. Like that. Y'all better leave Fani. Y'all leave that woman alone. She on her job though. Woo-wee. Come on, Fani. Let's finish, baby. Cause you funny, girl. You is funny. You too smart for them folks. You just like a man.
We won't go there. So, Mr. Sadon, next question.
You know, it's kind of hard to say no when you've got that opportunity.
See everybody laughing. Look, she said, shit, I ain't laughing at y'all.
In this case,
So,
We know the timeline that the indictment was delivered.
I ain't laughing with y'all.
and so that we're clear, the
You
physical
sure did, Caldwell.
ended pre-indictment.
and is that when you were talking about the tough conversation?
But I'm not sure that the tough conversation didn't happen until after, but the physical relationship. So I'm sure if you ask Mr. Wade, because he's a man, he would say we ended June or July because physical contact ended then. Just in my mind, being a woman, it's over when you have that like hard conversation. I just think women and men think differently.
Yeah,
The question was, she's not sure whether it was before or after.
sit down, cowboy. Y'all behind my computer.
That is what I said. That's what I said.
I'll let you. Next question, Mr. Sadon. You need to
Want to say
clarify.
one more? The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned, yes or no?
To a man, yes.
Well, to a man, yes. To you, no?
She's explained this, Mr. Sadon. She's explained this.
She messing with him.
Did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that? Or was it just a coincidence?
Mister, let's go on and have the conversation.
I just asked you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills.
Bam!
The man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold up. I gotta put this thing on hold, boy. Did y'all hear what she just said? Clear, boy. Thank you, Caldwell. She has clearly. The game is over. The game is over, y'all. The game is over. And she did a good job. Why a woman can't think the same way a man thinks? That girl, it be like that, y'all, when you got more money than their opponents. We can do that. You can do that. You can do that. Fannie Willis did a good job, and I don't care what nobody say. She did a good. She had how a man think. Man think like a woman can think like a man. A man can think like a woman. Oh Lord, thank you, Carl. Hallelujah. Shout out to all my mods. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to hit that like button, baby, because baby, that part. Me part.
That's what I said.
I'll let you. Next question, Mr. Sato. If you need to
Want to say
clarify.
one more? The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned, yes or no?
To a man, yes.
Well, to a man, yes. To you, no?
She's explained this, Mr. Sato. She's explained this.
And did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that? Or was it just a coincidence?
Mister, let's go on and have the conversation.
Whether or not it was a coincidence?
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan.
Thank you.
A man is a companion. And so there was tension always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
There you go.
Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No, y'all answer the question.
And I'm sure we'll talk about it further.
No, we're not going to talk about it further.
All right, no back and forth, Mr. Sato. Next question.
My next question is something that has to do with what I've characterized as the church speech. Let me just tell you what the question is, because I know that's not something.
Preserve it for the record.
Huh?
You can preserve the question for the record, but then we'll move on.
That's correct. Thank you. When you gave what I've referred to as the Martin Luther King weekend church speech, you know what I'm referring to?
A great honor of mine. That's a historic African American church. Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you have handwritten notes with you that you were reading from during the speech?
And on second thought, Mr. Sato, because you might have a number of questions about this, why don't we just bullet point?
Of course you're gonna have a handwritten speech.
Okay.
Duh.
Since I had laid out before that the forensic misconduct isn't a
So
subject.
do I not get an answer for that?
That's right.
Okay. Did you read your speech?
Well, no, Mr. Sato, for everything.
She's supposed to read her speech.
Oh, you just want to stay out of it now.
We're just not. We can do it in a bullet form if you just want to cover what you would have asked, but it's not in a question and answer format.
Okay, so I should do that at this point or do it
Sure.
when you're ready?
We can do it right now, so it's fresh on
I'm
your
going to
mind.
ask her about, did she prepare the speech? Did she have notes on the speech? Did she read the speech? When did she do this? When did she write the speech?
When did she write it?
Referring to when she was talking about others, who was she referring to when she said they, who she was referring to when she spoke in terms of.
It don't matter.
That is,
I would love to answer those questions.
Well, Ms. Willis, you can certainly do that in some other format, but for today, that's what we decided for
That
now.
lady's smart.
talking about that was playing the race card and why she didn't tell people at the church that she had had a personal / romantic relationship with the, all due respect the way it was characterized, the black that she was referring to, and was the black man she referring to was that Mr. Wade.
Okay.
That's that area of inquiry.
Noted for the record, Mr. Sato. Next topic.
She didn't have to tell them that. It was a speech.
I realize that you testified that you have no records that with regard to cash payments,
Yes.
correct?
Thank you.
Would your bank records reflect that you withdrew cash from your bank account
Okay.
during the time period of 2020, 2021, 2022,
Okay.
2023? I'm not asking you, I'm just asking whether they would reflect that you drew cash from any of your
Stop
bank
count.
accounts.
So the exact amounts.
No, just
But yeah,
that you did.
of course, I withdrew money throughout that time period, throughout my life. I I withdraw money from the bank. Yes, of course.
Talking about cash from, that is, that you go to a
That's
bank,
right.
or you go to
Yeah.
an ATM, and you take cash out.
Either that way.
Thank you.
Another store you overpay. So yes, both through that. Yes, of course they would reflect that.
Okay.
And so those records, if we had them, would show that, correct?
That throughout the course of my life, I took out money.
I was very specific. I said
Yes, during the course
2020.
of that time period, I would have taken money out. Yes.
So, do you have a problem with?
Absolutely. Yes.
You don't want the bank records to be made available for the court and the court alone.
No.
Already been addressed earlier.
No. Her funds is her business. Her funds is her business. How she went and did what she did is her business. Y'all don't need to see all that, man. Ain't nobody stupid. Shoot, tell them, Fanny.
Other records, this is an improper line of questioning, doing it for the purpose of harassment. Right.
She ain't broke. That ain't no broke black woman now.
Follow up privately? You can have last area, briefly.
Yes, sir.
You had contact in the year 2020, correct?
I had some contact with Mr. Wade.
Would you explain when you say some contact? Please tell us, talking about 2020.
I had some contact with Mr. Wade in 2020. One of the reasons your allegations are so preposterous or mismerchants that you have joined is.
Ma'am, I didn't ask you about the allegations. I asked you about your contact. That's all I ask you. Okay? I appreciate that you want to say something, but I'm interested in, did you have contacts with Mr. Wade in 2020? And your answer so far has been yes, correct?
Very limited contact because
Say yes.
Mr. Wade had a form of cancer.
Yes.
That makes your allegations somewhat ridiculous.
She said yes.
And I do appreciate the characterization.
I'm not going to emasculate, but I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not going to emasculate a black man. Did you understand that?
All
Well,
right,
I don't
let's
think we
get
should
back on
discuss
track.
further.
Mr. Sato, next question.
Trying to, Your Honor. Would you tell us on the occasions in 2020 that you had contact with Mr. Wade?
I'm sorry, I thought I had answered that. Yes, sir. There were times in 2020 I had contact, but 2020 was a year I was running for office. It was a year that he was going through some serious medical issues, and I did not have much contact.
That's right.
Had contact with him in 2020.
Did you go out to eat with him?
Why she can't go out to eat with him?
Did you visit him in any location, his office?
Why not?
Or did he visit you in your office in 2020?
I am sure he. I'm sure. That's a very good question.
Don't answer it now.
In 2020,
750 is
was my office.
okay.
Not often, but maybe once or twice. Maybe I went to his office once or twice, but maybe once.
And the purpose for going to his office would have been what?
Maybe we would have went to Mellow Mushrooms for pizza, or
Whatever you want
he
to.
would have come for lunch. I'm sure we went by each other's office though, but not often, not a lot.
Why she can't go to his office?
Try to make a living.
I understand what you've said about the cancer, and I'm not going into that. But when you were going out with him to restaurants, or when he would come to your office, right? Those were not sterile environments, were they?
Oh, very sterile because it
The
was.
restaurants were sterile environments?
A lot of times we wouldn't eat there. We would pick up something and go in, but they were.
I'm listening to you. Pick up and take it to where?
Maybe eat at our office, but it did not happen. In my office in 2020, nobody was coming in. I was stir crazy, so I would still go into my office. You remember when I started this, I said, I am not even sure if we came to each other's offices, but I am trying to be over cautious. So I think I can recall him at 750 a couple of times. I just think I can recall him at 750.
Tell him.
But let's say twice. I have seen his office. I remember all the awards and the lobby. But I'm not sure in 2020 I went. I'm not even sure I went in 2020 at all. I just want to tell you yes, because I'm not sure. But I have a distinct recollection of him at 750. I actually don't have a distinct recollection of me at his office in 2020. But maybe I went to his office in 2020. Maybe.
Did you have ongoing phone conversations during 2020 with Mr. Wade?
Oh yeah, I talked to him. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yes. No question about that.
No question. I talked to him on the phone in 2020.
I understood, this is, maybe I was confused. The Belize trip was for
his 50th birthday.
His 50th birthday, and that was in
March. He turned 50 March 18th, 2023.
Wait a minute, y'all. No, they did say my birthday. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I know they ain't said my birthday. I know they ain't said March 18th. I know if y'all didn't think anything on March 18th, it had been good. That's my birthday. I know y'all didn't do nothing on my birthday because that was the best day of your life. So let me go back. Yeah, y'all. March 18th, baby. True deal. My birthday. Camper, can you move? Hold on, y'all. Move, Camper. Move off from up here. Move. Hold on, y'all. Before I get started, let me move this dog out the way. Move, Camper. Camper, move off. Move. I'm not. I'm not playing with that dog, y'all. I promise y'all. Here we go. Okay, let's get back to the March 18, honey.
and I do appreciate the
I'm not going
characterization.
to emasculate a black man, but I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry, what?
No, they didn't.
Emasculate a black man. Did you understand that?
All
Well, I
right,
don't think
get
we should
back on
discuss
track.
further.
Let's just say
Hold
that
on.
question.
Trying to, Your
Are to do is to go through the entire file. So the body cam, which is important because sometimes they'll make a statement to their supervisor on body cam, in the police reports where they write things. That it would be easy if it was just some statement of the police officer, but what you find out is these statements are embedded in it. So what your filter lawyer does is they go through it, they either redact it out electronically or they cross it out, and then once it is crossed out, then they provide it to my team, and then we're able to look at it. That was not being done appropriately when I became district attorney. I thought that it had only been, so Mr. Howard had some Chinese wall thing that I didn't think worked at all, where allegedly those cases were properly redacted. That ended up being a joke. And so the 5 cases really turned into, I'm not going to say all 101, but a vast majority. That is the work that Mr. Bradley and Mr. Campbell did for me. They did a really good job. All of those cases that we originally came with, they're done. Those cases they're not just done for Mr. Bradley and Mr. Campbell, they're done through my office. But obviously life is not stagnant. There have been new police cases. I do have a lawyer that is doing that work now. That doesn't work for me. That's same kind of deal. I have another lawyer that does filtering for this case. Completely separate.
So in the same private office, you had a filter contract, then you had somebody else handling first appearances and so forth, and then you had a special prosecutor. Is that correct?
I'm just not. Ultimately, the answer to your question is yes, but I'm not sure that they did it at the same time. The first appearance contract was either $60 or $90. How I convinced them to be able to take that, but I think because it was for such a short amount of time, and then I think I pay my filter lawyers, which I still don't know how I get away with, about $150 an hour. And I want you to understand, the AG pays special prosecutors $1,000 an hour. So I'm a tough negotiator. Paul and people up to $375 an hour.
Good God Almighty, they paying that much an hour? I need to go back to school. No, I'm not.
Anyone more than $250 is my max. I have a lot of lawyers that a lot for what I have that work at $250, and I cap them every month. You can't go past a certain amount.
Would you agree that if Mr. Wade and the two other gentlemen that were in his firm were splitting fees in equal thirds, would you agree that he would benefit from the tank contract and also from the other first appearance contract?
I would agree you would make money. Yeah, so to make money is a
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, real deal. I got to take a break for 1 second. Ooh, Lord, honey. Move, camper. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Ooh, Lord, let me take a break, honey. Thank you, Miss Caldwell, for woo, honey. You too. Thank you, Mom. Ooh, wait. Okay, camper, come on. Come on. Ooh, wait. Come on. Out. Okay. Come on out. Come out. Okay, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Here I come. Come out of there, Campo. Jesus. Campo work me, y'all. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Okay, here I come, y'all. Woo, Lord, let me take this break. Here I come, y'all. Here I come. Boy, this case is good. Thank you, Miss Caldwell, telling me to skip it. Good God Almighty. Woo, wait.
Mr. Durham, on Zoom.
Your Honor, it's a little awkward back here.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
Y'all notice something in this? Y'all notice something? Y'all notice something? I had to put it on hold. Y'all remember the lady prosecutor? She ain't said nothing to Fani Willis. She put all them old dudes up on her. She got all that mouth, but she always want to attack the man. She ain't attack Willis. She want to attack the man. Willis waiting on her. You heard what I said. She all quiet over there now. She putting all these old Biden folks. All the look at her. See, she's scared. She don't want to talk.
Good afternoon, Ms. Willis. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you, Mr. McDougal? I think this is our first in-person meeting, correct?
Second.
Second, well, I apologize for not remembering you more clear.
That's quite all right. I'm referring now to exhibit number 21,
Yes, sir.
which was your financial disclosure form for 2022.
Yes, sir.
And it has a question which requires you to disclose any gifts or favors from a single prohibited source in the aggregate amount of $100 or more. Do you see that?
I don't, but I believe you.
It would be on page 2 in the middle, paragraph number 3.
Yes.
And what is your understanding of a prohibited source for purposes of this form?
there's some classification of somebody you like don't have a
Sorry about that. Camper set on my drive me crazy over here.
personal relationship with that gives you $100.
All right, if you look under there, it's subparagraph 2, Romanet 2. It defines it as someone that you know or should know is seeking to do or is doing business with the county, correct?
Yes, yes.
That includes Mr. Wade as of the date you filled out this form, correct?
Yes, but he never gave me a gift of $100 or more. The only thing that I would say maybe went over that, but I don't think it ever did, is if we went to dinner and my meal was $100, but I don't think I've ever eaten $100 worth of food
Thank
in a
you.
restaurant. Because I would not pay him back if we went to lunch or went to dinner. But trips, I paid him back for. You know, I never thought about the money until y'all brought it up. And I, less than honest as it is, I was giving him the money back because I was the district attorney. I didn't take gifts from him for a lot of personal reasons. Anyway, I did not take gifts from him.
And so your reason for not disclosing any gifts from
Hold on, y'all.
Mr. Wade on exhibit number 21 is that the aggregate amount on a net basis was less than $100 in the year 2022. Is that correct?
I did not accept a gift of him of more than $100 in 2022.
She telling y'all.
In addition to that, because I want us to be clear, is we probably went out to eat multiple times in the year. If you're considering eating a meal,
$100 ain't nothing.
multiple times, that probably went to the level of more than $100. But if we're doing tit for tat like that, I probably paid for as many meals as he paid for. And so I did not receive any gifts from him.
The question on the form,
I understand the question.
aggregate in excess of $100, and your testimony is that you did not receive in the aggregate.
Look, y'all. Hold up. Let me stop this. Hold up. Are y'all complaining about $100? Go out serving a man for some food? Hold on. Get my glasses out the floor because I'm trying to find out what these folks talking about. $100 ain't nothing for no food. Shoot, by the time they be don't add the taxes and everything else. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my glasses. $100 ain't no money, y'all, for no food. They act like a woman can't do that. A woman can do that. I do it. $100. Because I know the next time we eat, you going to pay me more than that. $1 for some food. You got to add my tax and his tax up our food, and then it come a tax. I mean, that lady got some money. She ain't no broke woman. Jesus, y'all need to stop, boy. Ooh.
I don't believe she answered that question, Your Honor. She answered as to specific individual gifts.
And you're not listening to my answer either, so we're done. Very well. Okay. Mr. Rice.
You need to get up. You get up with that mouth you got. You put all them old men's up here. Why you ain't get up here? Because she was going to eat you up, sister.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
A few questions here. I want to, you saw the book here, Fani the Vote. That was shown you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I would like to tender this as an exhibit.
Oh, book.
Is that your copy?
It is.
All right. What exhibit is that going to be?
22.
All right.
I'm making the
Oh, here, book.
to this.
What?
You're tendering it. Is it with the position of the state?
What here, book?
Mr. Gill, are you using this to...
Y'all, hold up. Hold up. Hold up, real deal. Hold up. You bringing a book in here in the hearing, so you promoting in the hearing? Man, get off the stand. You promoting your book on, come, oh my goodness. Jesus. Only reason why I didn't want to become a lawyer like my auntie is I didn't want to go to bar school and do all that, because it ain't easy trying to be a lawyer. They got all kinds. But this man got his book on trial, y'all. His book. Okay, here we go. Oh, Jesus. Come on, brother. Come on.
From her with prior statement.
Yes, Your Honor. And statements that she made concerning her financial situation and
She ain't no poor black woman.
To the authors. And so this would document that, and we ask her, get this in the record, ask her questions about it.
I hope we could mark it for.
No.
I'm a little wary of entering an entire 300-page book because I don't know exactly what every single line is.
His book.
Hearsay or relevance or et cetera, et cetera. But I don't think it needs to be admitted as an actual.
You can't do that.
Evidence for the record for you to do what
You can't do that.
Your Honor, I understand. I just would.
It's marked at 22. I'll let you move from there.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, you were asked a little bit about this book before, correct?
I think Mrs. Merchant
Ms. Merchant did.
asked me some questions, yes.
And you gave about 6 interviews to the authors of this book in a sit down?
No, sir.
You did. Was it?
She answered how many interviews she gave in her opinion.
How many, in your opinion, do you believe you gave, and how long did they last?
2 to 3, maybe 20, 30 minutes.
So your testimony is that most, you think that you gave maybe an hour to an hour and a half's interview to the authors of this book?
Oh, you mean in total?
In total, yeah.
Yeah, anywhere between definitely more than 2-ish hours.
Okay, but you also were telling when they were the title of the book, of course, is a hard-charging Georgia prosecutor, a rogue president, and the plot to steal American election.
What's the title of the book relevant, sir?
And I had no.
And then I'm going to ask her whether or not that was the theme that they gave her when they talked with her.
What the thing gave her? What do you mean by that?
Well, because they were sat down and they told her why they were there to interview her.
And why does that matter?
Well, I think it matters because it shows, but they want her to give her version of what her life story is. This is almost a life story of her. So that's why it's relevant. But if the court thinks it's not, then
No, it could be relevant to your issue of the forensic misconduct that has been alleged, and maybe some of the motives at play when it comes to forensic misconduct. But I'm not seeing what we're here for today was the relationship and/or any financial.
Your book.
I think it's clearly relevant to the forensic misconduct, also relevant to the personal interest in terms of the finances.
I didn't make 10 cents off that book.
Pardon me?
I didn't make 10 cents off that book.
Didn't ask whether you made any money.
Do you have any other statements that she hadn't already been confronted with by Ms. Merchant?
Well, other than I want to focus on when you were telling them about your financial straits and you're living kind of month to month. That is what your financial status was back in 2018 after your election.
Mr. Graham, we covered that at length. And you're at the end of the line. I'm sorry about that, but we've got to find new ground.
Well, let me move on to my point here. So the point is, telling us is that you were in financial straits, but really that your testimony today is you had a cash hoard of maybe up to $10,000 in cash where you laid your head at night so that you would dip out and there would be no record of it, correct?
What?
That's not what I'm telling you, sir.
What are you saying?
That's not at all what I'm telling you.
No.
What I'm telling you is that throughout the course of my life, I have always kept in my head.
That's right.
That cash has ranged from times, my father was ashamed of this because he would say it should be more, but that cash at times has ranged from $500 to maybe $9,000, and he would be like, that is not what I told you to do. I've always had that amount of money. What I told you is that when I travel, you do better negotiating when you travel. If you have cash, you go to get the cab. They say, "Oh, we're gonna charge you $300 for the day." Well, I got American cash. Will you take it for $150? And so it's my practice to take money when I travel. We're not talking about a whole lot of money. We're going to
Thank you.
$1,500 in cash is in my pocket, or at the most.
Thank you. You're not talking about a whole lot of money. $300 and $400. That's not a whole lot of money, y'all. Why they think that Fani with us don't help? Okay, I'm gonna save my breath. Wow.
$2,500. Belize.
Thank you.
Was actually probably the most money I've ever taken, and it was taken because it was a big deal. My 50th birthday sucked. His 50th birthday, it sucked. It was terrible. No.
Your Honor,
And
I'd
so
like to
I'm,
get back to some questions here.
I'm trying to answer it.
The narrative.
It would help if we.
So let's move to the specific yes or no. Have you told us today that you would keep a cash hoard in your residence up to about $9,000? Yes or no?
And throughout the course of my adult life, and so let's even be more specific than that. Probably from the time.
Your Honor, I'm only asking for yes or no rather than.
But we have already covered this.
It can't be no yes or no.
We're laying the foundation, but it's already been laid. So
Yes.
The filibuster is here. I'm trying to move through the filibuster.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a lot of, and so it could be 2,000, 1,500, it could be 7,500. It just depends on what you're doing at that time.
Thank
What
you.
I'm telling you is when I traveled, I took cash. I find that when you travel, especially to foreign countries, the American dollar does well, and it's good to have cash. You can negotiate with the taxi driver, with the jet skis, and it's not a lot of money we're talking about.
Thank you.
okay, understood, Ms. Willis. Let's
Cut
get
off
to.
She ain't Paul.
So you have cash in your house, but you had a lien, a tax lien on your property. Is that right?
I don't believe I had a tax lien on my property.
You gotta talk up louder, Mr. Hunt. Okay, we already covered that, Mr. Gillen. I need.
See, y'all, listen. They trying to make her look bad. And you can't make her look bad if she don't do bad. She handle her business. She know how to finance her money. She know how to handle her money. What is the problem with that? Help me, please. You ain't talking to no dummy. Come on, Fani. Finish getting them, baby.
I'm asking the question. I'm trying to figure out how someone can have a tax lien.
Can ask that question.
That's not a yes or no question.
The money that they allegedly said they have.
Well, I think Ms. Merchant asked that exact same question. She said she didn't use the money to pay her taxes.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to build on that to say.
No more bills. It's already built.
All right.
It's the same way you pay a bill.
So just put the top on it if you need to. Okay.
It's the same way you owe a bill and go shopping.
Thank you.
Now, have you ever used? Did you say earlier that you used Cash App?
When I would pay Robin Bryant, I used Cash App.
Me too.
Cash App for the record.
I don't need to know that for the record. Let's keep going.
Well, so if you're paying Robin with Cash App, why aren't you paying allegedly paying?
Because you don't have to. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Did y'all hear what he said about Cash Out? Do you know what I do with my Cash Out card? I ask my son then, can they put money on you? People don't use they real card. Why would I use my real card for? My real credit card for? My card. Why I'm gonna use my bank card for? And I got Cash Out. I put what I want to go on my Cash Out. That don't mean she ain't got no money. Man, these folks tripping. But Fani got them. Ain't worried about it. I just want her to be slapped down on Young Thug. That's all I want to get to. But this right here, this cool. They tripping.
Why aren't you paying allegedly Mr. Wade with Cash App?
I don't think Mr. Wade does Cash App.
What?
He told me he doesn't do Cash App.
Okay, so that's the reason why you didn't use Cash App.
He's sitting next to me. I hand him the money.
because there would be a record.
It don't matter. However way she want to use her money, I do that. Y'all will be questioning me. I use cash out. I don't like to use my bank card. No, 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 no. That's my life spending. My credit card.
Yes, but I didn't think that I was making a record in a personal relationship.
Thank you.
Because when you're filing your, and I know that I'm going to move into this financial statement here. You were asked just a second ago about your non-disclosure form, or your disclosure form of an Exhibit 21, where we agree that Mr. Wade is a prohibited source, correct?
What I agree to is I don't believe he's giving me gifts. You would like to classify these trips as gifts, but I've always paid my fair share on these trips, so I did not look at them as gifts. I don't think that what this is disclosing, and they can tell me if they mean something different, I don't think it means that if you go to dinner with somebody over the course of a year that gets to 100.
Let me ask y'all something. What is wrong with a woman paying for a date? Can you please? Because I do it. I do it. And when I pay for a date, for a man date who with me, why I can't buy him dinner? Why I can't be the one to do things? Maybe I want to show him some appreciation. You know, that I appreciate him. And next time he'll have me. What is wrong with what Fani doing? Why is everybody got something to say about when a woman being good to a man? It's a lot of women do good for a man. I gave my dentist a whole bunch of roses in a vase for fixing my teeth for me. And he said a woman ain't never did this for me. It shocked him. But women do things, y'all, out the ordinary. We don't have no reason why. We just do it. Because we appreciate you. We appreciate your business. We appreciate what you were doing and everything. Okay. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Help me, Jesus. Help me. Okay, y'all. I'm back. All right. Come on. Come on so we can finish this. Put my glasses on. I just don't understand. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me turn it back over. Come on. Come on. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn it back. I just don't know. I just don't know, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn it back around. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
To report it. If my understanding of that is wrong, I've probably been to lunches with a couple of people that over the course of a year I paid.
That's what I said.
We already went over this, Mr. Gill. Mr. McDougal.
Well, Your Honor, I have to lay the foundation here before I can follow up with my next question.
I don't know why you have to.
Well,
It's already
okay.
Still prices.
Then your 2022 disclosure form did not list any of the thousands and thousands of dollars that Mr. Wade paid for on trips that you were on. Isn't that correct?
That's because Mr. Wade was paid that money back, or he was paid due to the fact that I bought the plane ticket or I paid for the hotel. There were never money that he gave me. But that wasn't the nature of our relationship. You know, there's so many men, and
Thank you.
is one of them, where the nature of the relationship is they're just paying a woman. The nature of our relationship is companionship and friendship. Despite the way people would like to paint certain women, it's just not true.
Thank you.
And not a single solitary documentary piece of evidence showing that you have withdrawn the cash to pay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gillen.
That's not accurate.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. McCullough, on behalf of Mr. Floyd. All right, and Mr.
You and your book need to move.
The great thing about coming last with your question, I had one question as well, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
In the time period between February 2021 and January 2022,
I can't hear him.
He did not.
All right, Ms. Frost, I would imagine you have a number of topics to cover with Ms. Willis that'll take more than 10 to 15 minutes.
I do.
Okay, then I think we've reached a stopping.
All right, y'all.
I think it's
What we did, we just heard Fani Willis. We heard Fani Willis testify in her behalf in this hearing. She did an outstanding job. And first of all, I want to give a shout out to my subscribers and my viewers and my and the people in the chat. This was awesome. She put everything where it's supposed to be. Let me tell you something, y'all. Women, I do things for men. And folks be tripping why I do things for men. Folks trip why I do things I do. I mean, sometimes when you do stuff for people, you'll get that favor back at the end. I want to, y'all put, you know what? Please share this live. And also, please share your experiences with this case. You know, what you think about this case. What you think about, excuse me, y'all. What y'all think about this trial and everything. I don't see nothing wrong with what Willis did. Only thing I want Willis to do is not be hard on the Young Thug Rico trial, which she did, but she left one member out. That's my only thing. But I am interested in what's going on with her and the dude. I don't see nothing wrong with the dude. I don't think it got. If the money that she spending went on the dude, why? I mean, I don't want to get. They ain't got that close to it yet. But my thing is, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Real deal. I love y'all. I love the time that we spent on this case. And y'all, I will be in here 12:30 tomorrow. The kids are out of school for, I didn't even know it, for Friday and Monday. So Lil Nita will be working this YouTube. I'm going to drive them crazy, okay? I love y'all. Thanks for y'all support. I'm out, y'all. Let me go. Thank y'all. Hit that like button.